Hey, everybody, welcome. We are in episode 12. So let's just jump right into it. We had a lot of things happen last week. And right now, we are all held up over at the Lion Shield Costa. But how do we get there? Well, let's take a quick look here. To start off, you faced off against Moraine and her band of enemies. And that was a pretty cool fight. People kind of randomly came from different directions, and you ended up just destroying her. That was awesome. You guys laid a lot of waste for her. Unfortunately, you didn't quite get her fully down, and she had some kind of lair powers that sort of were healing her as she was moving around. So even though she you hit her quite hard, she was able to bounce back. And so that was difficult. She ended up eventually escaping into that dark, cold hole where you had this weird cold coming from the dark. It was kind of terrible. You decided, or at least Hemo decided for sure, to not pursue. And maybe that was probably the best course of action. You had no idea what was down there, even though Waif was all about going balls to the wall, even though you had very few spells remaining. But the good thing,
on the ropes, he was our chance.
We'll let them get stronger, and then we'll take them then for more experience points.
You did manage to.
What are these experience points you are getting? I don't understand.
You did manage to rescue Garaele and the family of Fel.
Yay.
Which is great. So you rescued them and pulled them out of that prison, which I'm sure they were grateful for. In fact,
related, we found out they weren't murdered.
Bonus,
yeah.
Correct, right? That was their bonus action. They weren't murdered. So you also captured Eula, which is some sort of bard who was going to give you all kinds of answers because she didn't really care anymore. She figured no matter what happened, you could not stop what was going on, is what you said.
And neither could she, apparently.
I guess not. So you also discovered a note inside of the chambers of apparently Lord Albrecht. And that note had said, and I'll reread it to you, Lord Albrecht, my spies in Neverwinter tell me that strangers are due to arrive in Phandelver. They could be working for the dwarves. Capture them if you can, kill them if you must, but don't allow them to upset our plans. See that any dwarven maps in their possession are delivered to me with haste. I'm counting on you, Iarno. Don't disappoint me. And it was marked with a spider symbol.
Did it have like the little red exclamation mark on it that it was urgent?
No, it did not.
Oh.
Did not. But you do recall Eula had made reference to somebody called the Spider. Unfortunately, shortly after finding that note, you were going to investigate that cold, dark hole, and Eula did not want to go first, so you pushed her into it?
I wouldn't say we all did that.
I wonder who that could have been. Wait.
It was only a 20-foot fall. Shouldn't have hurt
under her neck.
Any adventurer.
Of course, she was tied up and had no way of capturing herself.
And she didn't have dark vision.
She has. That is not my problem.
No, that's not. No, you're completely innocent. Anybody have a halo? We can loan Waif for the rest of the night. So
come back slightly tarnished.
you had sent Garaele and the Thal's family through the underdark corridor that led out to the forest earlier, and you followed behind them, taking Eula's body and the body of this man who had tools that were similar to the tools that Thal had used. You took this body and left. You eventually passed by the sleeping giant where you saw the remnants of Waif's work. Waif, you're kind of
partially burned.
You're really making an impact on this town.
Sometimes change hurts. Okay.
That is true. That is true. And you emerged at the Lion Shield Coster, where you opened the door and you met the smiling face of Garaele. So what we're going to do is we're going to move forward a little bit in time as we start. So shortly after that happened. Before we begin, anybody have any questions on what we talked about in our startup? We're all good?
Cool. No, just that we haven't had a long rest yet.
Correct. All right, great. So we are going to get started. We're going to get started, though, with Hemo.
Oh.
Hemo.
Yeah.
Your mind is drifting to the days long ago when you were juggling with your mentor. You are visualizing a time when you would stand upon the rocks, looking over the forest, looking over your town, your city that you grew up in. And you could imagine yourself with your mentor juggling back and forth, your swords being thrown back and forth to each other. All of a sudden, she would take out another dagger and throw it to you. The first time you've ever done 3, and you had to capture it and figure it out and kind of flubbed it a little bit and were able to get it under control. And
Yeah,
suddenly,
I think he's got less sword scars on his arms in this memory, but he might have collected a few more at this training session.
yeah,
Especially when she whips out a random dagger.
right. And she looks over at you and she gives you a smile as if she's very much proud of you. And then suddenly you hear in the distance, all around you, in this clear blue sky where you're at, a large, loud clap, like a thunderous clap. Boom. And you look around and your mentor is just smiling and juggling. And you hear another rolling, thunderous roar. And suddenly you're awoken.
I swear it was not me.
You open your eyes, but you're disoriented for a moment. You look around and you see this strange room. You can see your companions all around you are sleeping. You don't remember getting here exactly, but you know that Sister Garaele had let you into the house. And shortly after, you might have been in this room and you don't remember. You might have all been in this combat and just simply collapsed while waiting for Sister Garaele to get back. You wake up and you see your companions all around you. They're all sleeping in various positions in this room. But out where the window is, the window where you looked across to see Sister Garaele's house in the distance just the day before, you can see a pounding rain happening. And in the distance, in the heaven skies, you can see the light just lights up, and seconds, like microseconds later, it goes boom, just shatters, and you can almost feel the wind rattling.
Oh, that's close.
You're in this room. There are lights on. There are sconces, ever burning torches in here that are lighting up the room. But it seems as if you're not sure if it's daytime or if it's nighttime. There's a weird glow outside. What are you going to do?
Well, I think Hemo probably woke up from his trance with his swords in his hands, having learned that ritual. He'll look around for his master for a second before he realizes where he is. I guess I look around. Am I still at the Lion Shield Coster?
Yeah, as you kind of instead of examining things, you start making your eyes kind of capture the common things, the things that bring you back from that dream state into the reality. You start seeing, the first thing you notice is the elven table, the table you noticed before. That was the table that Lenine had laid out the potions on before to give them to you. And now it has a platter on it, and it has glasses of wine, but none of the wine has been drunk. It's there. She may have brought it in for you, and you may have fallen asleep. You don't remember it for sure. You also can see the sconces on the wall. You can see the arch, and you can notice the couches. These are all elegantly made couches from cities like Neverwinter and cities like Waterdeep. The materials in this room are more expensive than anything else probably in this town. But more importantly, you can see your friends, the people who had just adventured with, all sleeping around you. They're all in some kind of a deep slumber. Even Finnis, who himself would kind of like this hardy character, he's passed out cold, just snoring away.
Like, are they passed out in strange positions, like on the floor, or just like
it looked like they kind of fell asleep where they were sitting? And you kind of get the assumption that maybe it just happened that you came back and you don't remember exactly. You remember coming back in, but you might have been exhausted from your fight. What are you going to do?
Last question. Do I feel rested? I needed a 4-hour trance to get a long rest.
You feel rested. You have been fully rested.
That's good to hear. Well, a trance is longer than most humanoids sleep, so I think I'll let my party be while I go, I guess, try to get a better look at the weather outside.
Sure. You go up to the window, I take it, and kind of look out.
Yeah,
Give
towards
me-
the Shrine of Luck. I'm
Give me a
curious to
wisdom.
see if. Okay.
Give me a wisdom roll.
So there's ever burning torches in here, basically.
There is,
right?
yeah.
But is there any like regular fire in here too?
No, just
I
everybody.
got a 13.
You look out and you're not exactly sure of how long this storm is going on, but you can tell the storm is definitely rolling in from west to east. It's rolling inland from the sea, and it's carrying with it a boatload, a bucket load, a horde of water that's just dumping onto Phandelver and the surrounding area. You can see out in the square heavy puddles where they're pitter pattering, and the water's just pooling up all over the place. And you can see that it's almost like the water itself is attacking the ground. It's smacking so hard, and you can see where the roof has gathered water. And from where you're at, you can see it raining down. They probably don't have the greatest of gutters here, so it's just raining down in sheets in front of the window. So it's sort of disorienting you, giving you a weird perspective where you have this multiple layers of rain. You have your window, you have this heavy layer of rain, and then you have this other rain outside. And then as you do so, you feel inside, almost like inside of your chest, the thunderous roar as another lightning strike flares across the sky. You think that it probably is mid-morning or midday maybe out there, but it's difficult to tell. You can see the halo of light, so it's probably not nighttime.
I'm curious. I know the Red Brands were going to go attack the Shrine of Luck when they were going towards. I thought they mentioned that when they were going to go capture Garaele. Can I tell from here if the shrine or her house has been damaged?
No more so than it was before. You can see that the door is still sort of partially kicked in. The wind is making it rattle as the wind is blowing in the storm. There are broken windows in her house, and you can see that of course the storm is definitely leaking through those windows, and you can see the shrine is just getting drenched on by water. Water is just covering it, painting it. You can see the foodstuffs that might have been around the outer edges have been splattered or carried away by the waters in some ways and kind of scattered around. And you can see that the bucket that probably contained the copper pieces is overflowing with water. Now, if there's money in it, that's not being lifted by the water, but you can see it kind of raining down in buckets, like rivers overflowing the sides.
Like that's
Yeah.
I guess I'll look around. Is Sister Garaele around?
Well, you're in this room, and there's a set of double doors that are closed in here. You can certainly push them open, and
I'll push them open and walk through. See what's up.
all right. Roll me initiative.
Initiative.
Yes, just you and me.
15.
Okay. As you pull open the doors, you see standing in front of you, looming in front of the door, almost surprised to see you, is this bulbous, gigantic, massive ogre. It's got earrings in its ears, a big solid gold nostril ring. It's got heavy barding on, some kind of heavy leather armor of some sort. And it turns when you open the door, and it looks down at you and gives you this kind of weird, kind of snarl, and turns its head at you. You get to go first. What are you going to do?
I might have an item for this. Not really. What room were we all sleeping in? Like, what part of this? This is
You're in the front
house,
of.
right?
Well, you're in the Coster, which is actually the store, but there is a sitting room. There's like a living room. You think maybe that Lenine probably uses this for negotiations when foreign people come in to negotiate trade. So in many ways, it's part of the Coster. It's not part of her house. Lenine has a separate house, but it's more like an elegant sitting room. Think of it like what you'd be like a meeting room at a business.
Okay. Is there anything I can just like chuck a sword at or mage hand to shatter and make as loud of a noise as I can?
Absolutely. There are plenty of pieces of art around here. So you can pick one of the pieces of art. There are some small statues. There is nothing flammable in here, but there are wall sconces. You can see that there are several tapestries, and the tapestries depict various ages throughout history. You can definitely tell they span many hundreds of years in age. You can find yes, it's very fancy. I mean, maybe they may not be worth hundreds of gold each, but go ahead.
Well, it'll be worth less after this. I rip one of the tapestries down and chuck it in the face of the ogre before turning around to yell at the party. Wake up! There's a big guy who's trying to kill us in our sleep.
All right. What I need you to do is I need you to make me a to hit roll. Now this is an improvised weapon, so I'm going to just give you the hit roll.
I've got.
And if you hit with it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it I'm going to give it disadvantage if you hit it, because you're kind of like throwing this thing in its face. What'd you get?
I got a 14 on a d20.
All right. You did not hit that creature. You think you kind of hit. It's so big. It's like looming in. It's almost 10 feet tall, right? It's like gigantic. It's looming in at you. You open the door. You do it and you turn around. I want everybody else in the room to give me perception rolls.
Finis gets a 22.
All right, Finis. Flander, what'd you get?
I got a 3.
Okay.
17.
I'm still asleep.
Waif, what'd you get?
What are we doing? Perception?
Yeah.
7.
All right. If you got less than 10, you do not wake up. So that would mean I think Finis and Gashar are the two, correct? All right. Finis, Gashar, your eyes pop open, both of you. You can see.
Finis rises like the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah, womb. You can see that almost like a miniature that is standing in front of a almost like a little doll. You can see Hemo standing there, turning toward you, and he is completely shadowed by this gigantic bestial creature that's hunched over and looking in the door. I'm going to give both Finis and Gashar an action. Finis, what are you going to do?
Finis will hop out of bed,
All right.
walk over and close the door.
All right. You're on a couch, but you can sit. You can jump up and you run over and slam the door closed.
Yep.
All right. Gashar, it is your turn. What are you going to do? You see Finis run over and slam the door closed. It's a pair of double doors, like a pocket doors. And the French door. Yeah, they slide together. They're on rails.
So he opens the door, the ogre runs over and
his
shuts
head,
it.
Yeah.
realizing he might have just locked Hemo out, but he just woke up. So
Well, Hemo didn't go through.
Hemo didn't go through. You're literally Hemo's inside the door still. So you're
good.
You're fine.
Yeah, Hemo's gonna help you hold the door. Like,
Gashar will do sort of
good
a
morning.
color wise. He'll do like a fast jump up. I know it takes half his movement, but he literally jumps up to standing, and he'll look over and he'll actually kick whoever is closest to get him to wake up, just in the leg.
All right.
Wake up.
All right. I'm going to I'll say you can pick who that is. So it's going to either be Waif or it's going to be.
I'll say it's Waif.
Okay. So Waif, give me a perception roll.
Actually, he's got a pretty decent movement. Could he make it across the room to another 20 feet? That's half his movement, right? Another 20 feet to wake somebody else up.
Well, you can interact with one item. So your one item is going to be waking him up. That's it. So that's what you do. Waif, what'd you get? What'd you get?
Her up.
Wake her up. Yeah.
Excuse me.
So what would you like? What did you get?
6.
Six,
So
all right.
I
So you
fell
hit-
into a deeper sleep. Actually,
You wave. You see wave kind of half turns over. She actually probably grabs one of these plush. She has a plush mustard colored pillow that has been inlaid with various forms of draconic writing all over it. You don't think it's magical. You just think it's literally a draconic writing.
pretty.
And there's an emblem of a gold dragon on it. But you mostly see that that Waif his face is crushing into this thing as Waif grabs the pillow and presses
Turns even
herself
harder.
into it. She kind of gives this kind of almost like this swat of the air, just like stop bothering me. I'm doing my thing. Meanwhile, the rest of you are barricading in the door. All right. You hear a tap on the door.
No, we're still sleeping.
Are you sure that Wave wouldn't wake up with a slap with my foot? Just double checking.
Yeah. Well, I'm just telling you.
Okay.
So you there's a tap on the door and you're going to say, no, we're still sleeping.
We're still sleeping.
You hear this.
Go away.
You hear on the other side, fee, five, bo, fum. I smell the blood of an elf man. That's what you
Not
hear.
yet. You gotta hit me first, bud.
And then you hear this kind of laugh. Garaele, I did the fee, five, fo thing.
What the hell? Geshar, do we have an exit?
I mean, the front door.
I'm going to give you guys now a round to do something, and I'll just take it in the same order you did stuff before. So that will be Hemo. Hemo, what are you going to do?
I think I'm assuming we're kind of cramped in here. Like it would be rough to
You're
fight
all
an
sort of
ogre
in this
here.
room. This room is 15 by 20, so it's like a big room. But
Yeah.
there's also 5 of you in here. You're not really sure where Colin is. You look around and that you do notice that Colin is not with you, and you
Classic
sort of
Colin.
lost track of him after you left, and you don't even remember walking back through town with him. You were so tired, you were exhausted, and you ran through. And so,
Geshar, finish. Do the rest of you remember anything? We didn't even open those bottles of wine. I feel perfectly rested. That'd be weird after a night of drinking.
all right, the rest of you realize that you also have been fully rested.
Full rest.
Well, I dragged the bodies back.
I'm still sleeping.
I dropped them off at the back of Sister Garaele's home.
All right, so are you going to do anything else, Hemo? Any
Um,
action?
Yeah, he's gonna take his offhand scimitar and can I try to just jam it into the door to hold it?
Like inside the handles?
Yeah, is
No,
there any way I can
there
jam it?
isn't, because these are doors that literally slide open. They're just a pocket. They're just a handle that slides.
You could
open
bend the
and-
handles, the sword around the handles.
Yeah, you don't even think there's a way. There's not even a way to lock these doors per se. There's not a latch on the inside or anything like that. They're more or less just for visitors and.
Yeah. I guess he's just gonna dig in his heels and try to hold the door and say, we gotta go. Find an exit. I'll keep this guy from getting to you. And I guess if I have an action, I can use my mage hand,
What would you like to do with your mage hand?
slap wave.
All right, Wave, give me a roll.
She's sleeping hard.
What'd you get?
6.
Roll the 6. All right, you literally shake her with this, but your mage hand is not exceptionally strong. It can move 5 pounds, so you're basically kind of like trying to maybe tap her nose or whatever. But you see that she turns her back to you and stuffs her other cheek into the pillow and digs her forehead into the back of the couch.
Grabs another pillow and puts it over.
Oh. At this point, I can't tell if we're magically cursed or if this is just wave.
All right, that would be. I'm gonna have Gashar go next.
All right,
And then
I'll go.
Finis.
I'll go try Finis. right? Finis? No, Flander was the
Flander,
one
yeah,
sleeping.
yeah.
He'll sort of look at Waif and just shake his head and walk over to Flander, and he'll sit down on top of Flander and he'll grab him and he'll shake him. Wake up right now.
All right, Flander, wake up. What'd you get for a check?
Perception?
Perception,
Is
please.
that
One.
perception?
Nope.
Natural
Yeah,
20.
he scared the hell out of me.
Yeah, he literally leaps out. What are you going to do? Show me what happens.
Okay. I'm just kind of sleeping there and just like, what? I'm looking around, just kidding.
You see this draconic being looming over you,
Wake
shaking
up
you.
right now.
Okay, I'm awake. What?
We got ogres.
There's an
An
there's an
ogre.
ogre.
We gotta go.
But the good news is he's on the other side of that door and he hasn't tried to open it yet.
He's gonna
Okay.
run.
Finis, what are you going to do?
Maybe he's friendly and he wants to
Finis would
share
like
some
to
wine.
make an insight check.
What do you want to insight?
I want to see if I heard the ogre speaking to Garaele and see if he's friendly or not based on
Right.
his tone of voice.
Give me an insight roll.
Kishar even said maybe he's friendly and he would like to share a bottle of wine.
Where's insight?
Maybe not though. Maybe he wants to kill us
I rolled a 19.
and chew on our bones.
That voice did not seem too full of animosity or anger.
Okay. He'll just tell the group, fellas, I think if they wanted to kill us, we would have been dead by now. And he'll go to take Hemo's sword out of the door.
All right. Well, he tried to, but there was no place to do it. So he's literally grabbing the handles and just squeezing it with both hands, like trying to keep it closed.
Yeah, he'll go to like motion to like open the door back up.
All right, Hemo, are you going to let him open the door? It's up to you.
Sure. I take a step back.
All right, I'm going to give you a free step back since we're not really in combat or anything per se. So you step back. Finis, are you going to open the door?
Yes.
All right, Finis pulls open the door, and just as you do so, you see Garaele was going to try to open the door or try to knock or something. Her hand is like leaning forward, and she pops back at Finis and stares right at you, and she says, "Oh, you're awake."
Yes, we are awake.
Unfortunately.
All right, we tried to wake you up several times. We just decided to let you sleep.
Who's that? Hemo says, pointing.
You hear a deep guttural voice coming from down the hall from where Garaele is not. You can see her down the hall. You're right, Garaele. He is cute. And she looks back and she's like, Halia, this is not the time.
That was not the face of somebody who thought I was cute. That was the face of somebody who wanted to eat me.
She goes to like step down the hall, and then she realizes, I'm happy you're all awake. Please, I will bring you breakfast. The rest of us are meeting in the Coster. If you're hungry, I can get you food.
What happened last night? We don't remember anything. I figured we might have been poisoned or.
No, I brought you in here. We were going to discuss what happened, and when I came back, you were all sleeping. I just couldn't. I didn't have the heart to wake you up. You looked exhausted.
That is
Well-
suspicious. If we all went to sleep at the same time,
I'm just going to tell you that's what happened.
do you think anybody could have cast a sleep spell? That has happened to me many times now.
It's very effective against.
Garaele looks over and says, "Apparently, Waif is still under the spell."
Hold on, I know how to do this. He
Okay.
walks. He got Flander a moment ago, so he walks over and sits on Waif and shakes her up, shakes her back and forth, and says, "Wake up right now!"
You see, Garaele's heavily amused by this. What did you roll?
17.
All right. What happens?
See, it works.
What's your armor class?
Not much. 13.
Of course, this is under
You're laying on the ground now, so you're
Duress.
prone.
yeah, I have disadvantage, yes.
Yes. What are you going to do?
I'm going to
And your hands are
Blast him.
holding 2 pillows, by the way, too.
Okay, give me the
Eldritch
blast.
Blast.
Give me
You
the
gotta
Eldritch-
drop-
Anyways, I started blasting.
Are you going to drop one of those pillows first? 'Cause you're holding
Well,
two pillows, remember?
Of course.
I guess that's a free action.
Take a main hand attack with my pillow and a bonus action offhand attack with the other pillow.
Of course, that's God damn it.
Yeah, roll
What's-
one more
what's your
for me, will ya?
disadvantage roll?
There we go. That's what I wanted to see.
Natural one.
Okay. All right. You,
You're lucky because
you,
it would have been.
He leans to the
you
side.
see Waif lifts up and being startled, she goes to blast you, but you sort of dart out of the side, being the dexterous monk that you are.
I was like, see, I told you I know how to do this.
Hey,
And
be nice.
you see that
Get
she hits
off of
a
me.
statue, and the statue, this little crystalline statue, just explodes. And Wave goes, oh, I mean, sorry, I guess Garaele goes, oh, and you hear down the hall a familiar voice of Lenine calling out, "What the hell is going on down there?" And you hear this deep guttural voice go, I think they're fighting or something. Oh my! And you hear clearly Lenine's voice moving aside. Oh, this is not happening in my place.
Kishar will stand up with holding onto your shoulders and just put you up and be like, "You are not waking up.
Arms are crossed because I am tired.
I think we are magically sleeped."
Oh, or
Again.
She starts
Sister
looking over
Garaele,
stuff.
or maybe we just had our very long day and we've all still got our guards up around us, it
Hmm.
seems.
Check your inventory. Kishar will start to check his inventory.
You seem to have everything. Wait, if you were going to say something,
I was going to look at my stuff, make sure
Yeah.
I'm not missing anything.
you look at everything. And you don't notice anything that is not in the right spots or things that you suspect might be. So
Missing-
yeah, everything.
And nothing weird up here. Like, where the hell did this come from? Oh, look, you're being framed for something.
Flander,
Good thinking. Where's Colin?
Flander, you go to look at your stuff, and you notice there is a small pebble sitting on the floor.
Okay, I've seen this before. I'm thinking.
Yeah, this pebble was given to you.
Mhm.
This pebble was given to
I'm
you
thinking I should-
by the sprite, that little fey thing, that little
Right.
Creature.
Okay, and I'm thinking I should find out what this thing does.
You pick it up.
what
Are you
it's
picking it
for.
up?
Yeah, I'm picking it up.
You pick it up, and when you do, for a brief moment, a little puff of dust pops out, a glistening dust. It goes,
It's a fairy fart.
you're like, what? What the heck is this?
What the? Do I feel any different?
No, it doesn't affect you, but it just kind of like startles you. You pick it up and you hold it, and it looks like okay.
He can fly.
Try it. Just sort of jump and then
Go-
miss the ground.
Go to the top of the tallest building and give it. It's a leap of faith, my friend. It's a leap of faith. And then Graham rolls a new character. It wouldn't be the first time somebody. Okay. So what are you all gonna do? You're standing here, and meanwhile, you see Garaele kind of move to the side, and you can hear probably Lenine storming down the hall.
Well, Waif like bats his arms away. Oof. And
Okay,
storms off like
I can
towards the
cast-
bathroom.
I can cast Identify as a ritual spell.
It
It'll
takes
take
10 minutes, though.
minutes.
Yeah,
Right.
do it.
Yeah. mhm.
Right now, you're
got a
in the
little-
process of being stormed. This whole facility, this whole room is being stormed
By
by
the
the commander in chief Lenine, who is clearly not happy. You see her almost pushing Garaele aside. Garaele's like looking. She stands. Who broke that?
Because Waif like goes past her to go to the bathroom.
You run
Kishar
past
points
her.
at her. Points
Right.
at Wave
She's
like this.
moving.
All right. You run past her, and you realize as you're moving through that the bathroom will be an outside run. That's fine. You can do that though.
Kishar's pointing at her. That Wave.
All right. You run past, and you can see as you move down the hall, you can see this giant
Well,
ogre.
I'm not running. but
I know what you mean.
moving.
This ogre kind of moves it aside as you kind of step aside, and
Excuse me.
this ogre goes here. She's all red.
Nothing gets past you.
All right, you go out into the main coster, and you know that there is a facility outside behind the coster that you could use. All right. So you move through this area, and what you notice is that you can see Lenine was down the hall. Sister Garaele is here. You can see her husband Merv is here, and you can see that also Elmer Barthen is here. So Elmer Barthen is part of Barthen's provisions, and they seem to be standing at the table, and they have a bunch of papers out, and they seem to be having had some kind of conversation. There's a bunch of documents that are being laid out. You move past and exit out the back. When you open the door, you are immediately greeted by a heavy wind. And you can see just about 10 feet into the grass as you can run into the outhouse.
Wind and rain?
Yeah, it's wind and rain. Yeah, it's raining pretty hard.
The weather rock is swinging. It's windy.
I hate this place. She runs out.
Yeah, she's like, you run out. Okay, the rest of you.
And when she gets that, she prestidigitations herself dry.
Nice.
That's nice. Okay, cool. The rest of you are in this room where Lenine, she calls back, Merv, bring something to clean this mess up. We need to get it up out of my carpet. And you hear the man down the hall say, of course, dear, of course. And Sister Garaele is sitting, looking at the rest of you, and says, I'm sorry that is she gonna be okay? Looking back over Waif went.
Yes.
This is normal Waif behavior, yeah.
She always goes to the bathroom first thing in the morning.
Well, like
We do
she's
apologize
like
for the-
Sister Garaele's like, I guess I can't blame her. All right.
You got to go.
We'll
Sister-
apologize.
And I
for
just had a
the-
500-pound dragonborn sit on my bladder.
Hey, hold on. He's only like 250.
Just okay. So Lenine is picking out the glass and putting it kind of in her hands. Meanwhile, Merv comes in and he has a small basket, and he gets on his hands and knees with her, and the two of them start picking up the glass elements. Sister Garaele goes down and bends over to start helping a little bit as well, and she looks back and she says, I don't know what your plans were, but we moved the bodies. We moved them to Randgar's just next door. We're going to go talk to Myrna. She says she's staying over at Halia's at just right now. I was hoping that we could talk to her together, but in the meantime, I don't know how to explain to her that you have Thel's body, but I'm sure she'll be happy to see it.
I thought she might prefer to bury him rather than not know where he was.
She plucks up the glass, as does, and you can hear Lenine muttering under her breath. They let the little red thing in here. She's just like slapping it. She's picking pieces up. She's almost like throwing it into.
We'll actually reach down and grab a couple of pieces too, and then he'll stop and he'll look at it and he says, "It's just an object, though."
She looks over it and she's like. She reaches. Are you gonna let her grab it?
I'll throw it in the basket.
Yeah,
That is worth more than your life.
she's helps put out everything in the basket, and she stands up, and as she does, she kind of tugs her outfit down.
I am sorry it broke.
And she walks back and says, "Marv, if they need breakfast, fine." And she goes storming off, and you can hear the glass pieces sliding in the basket. As she walks out, you can see she's not very happy.
Mm-mm.
Adventurers, right?
Right. Garaele says, well, they're trying to discuss what they're going to pay you for what happened. Right now, we're just finishing up the paperwork now to pay you for your efforts for what you did to the Tresender place.
Well, are we sure we're done with the job? Several of the red brands ran off as we were dealing with them. Have they given you any trouble since?
We haven't seen any of them around. We did see last night, there was at least one rider who went riding off into the dark. Several people have seen him. I
Did
think
he
they
have a
took
floppy hat?
No, he had a glowing staff. We were wondering-
Transparent staff guy. We saw him too.
Yeah, we were thinking that was glass staff. That's what Garaele
Healing
says.
staff. Let's go.
That was the
Yes.
one you told me escaped.
Oh, and the other spellcaster, what was her name? She went into the caves.
Moraine?
Moraine.
Yeah, are you aware of any caves underneath this town?
No, Garaele says, but I don't know. I mean, we are in a town that was full of mines. There are mines all around us. The remnants of what Phandelver was a mining town, and we're trying to rebuild it as a mining town. There are, as you know, many mines to the south. That's where you found the flower. So
You said they got a table with like a bunch of paperwork kind of
Yeah.
laid out on it.
Yeah.
Kishar sees that and he's like, kind of his eyes light up. He's, oh, I have papers too. he'll walk over and like kneel down in front of it and pull out the two things that he's got, which one is basically the ledger of all of the money that the floppy haired guy and the
floppy hat guy, yeah.
floppy hat guy
I did the same thing.
Yeah,
don't worry.
collected, and he throws that down on the table. He's like, and the other one he fishes out is a statement. It wasn't signed, but it was a statement describing how the murder happened that the lady in town saw. And he puts that down, and then he pulls out of his backpack the sack of coins that should hopefully match up with the ledger. This is here.
Shink. Then you set it down.
This should match that.
Lenine comes back in, kind of wiping her hands as if she has just got rid of the remnants of the disaster. In the meantime, Waif, you can come back if you choose to. What are you going to do?
Yeah, she comes back.
All right, the door opens up, and when she does, it almost escapes you. Give me a regular strength roll.
She's the little thing. Wow, so many sixes.
All right, you come in, and when you do, the wind kind of pulls you a little bit, and the door kind of slams a little bit against the side of the wall as you come walking in, because you kind of carries you in. Yeah, it just hits really hard, and you can see Lenine.
Dent in the wall.
Lenine spins around. Lenine spins around and sees you, and she's like,
That's
multiple rocking.
That's at least 3 6s in a row from you, little devil kid.
her face is just like staring down at you, like, and then she just kind of she turns and looks at Merv, and she says, "Merv, I'm gonna be upstairs. Finish this." And she turns and walks away. And Merv looks over at you and says, "Well, we, I believe, have come to an agreement, haven't we, Elmer?" And Elmer goes, "Yes, I believe we have. I hope that it's sufficient for you. We have it right here." And he
include rabbits.
You can buy all the rabbits. Sure. He reaches under the little desk area that they're working on, and he pulls out a small case, and he opens it, and there are rows of gold coins.
I'm picturing like poker chips. How they're
Like
lined
gold
up.
poker chips, right?
Yeah,
right.
that's
There are
cool.
like gold. There are like gold coins that have been set out, and you see that each one of these trays they're kind of like indented to be the size of a coin. They have different colors, and they go from red to purple, or to green. They kind of go from red to green, red being nothing and green being full. And you think that there's little marks in them, as if they're used to pre-count coins. You can stuff them in quickly and quickly count coins. So they're used probably by money handlers.
Isn't that the clever thing?
So he pulls it out, and he takes out a bunch of coins, and he stacks them up. He says, "Well, I hope that this is enough for you." And he stacks them all up, a series of 4 stacks of coins, and they're a combination of platinum and gold, and they total 200 gold pieces.
Wow.
Ooh. Well, what exactly are you paying us for?
And Garaele looks and says, "This is for helping us with this town. This is from the town coffers. We're paying you from the town coffers to pay you for all of your efforts."
Why?
Because you deserve to earn for something for your troubles. Is there something else you want instead?
Why would you ask this, Waif? You put in such fantastic work last night that, in fact, this is a fine payment.
We're not quite sure we're done yet.
Yes, it does not feel done.
If the client believes the job is done.
She says we're going to be sending up some of the villagers into the Tresender as soon as the rain stops to take care of whatever we could find out of there and clean it out. I've seen the bodies. We can't leave them just there to rot.
This is true. They will rot.
By the way, Garaele leans in. Did you find? She's gonna look over at Hemo. She's gonna say, "Did you find a shield?"
A shield. I
A while ago, Phineas will chime in. A while ago, we found a shield with a coin on the front.
She kind of puts her hand like this, and she almost embarrassed. She says, "Did you find it again?"
You mean the one that was stolen from us?
Is
that the one you are talking about?
Listen, she says, "I'm sorry.
So
You
yes,
you did not."
I am not sorry about your fucking lump.
Oh.
You're gonna say that to Lenine?
Yeah,
Lenine looks at you and she says,
you steal from us, and
I'll
now
put my
you.
mage hand over Waif's mouth.
yeah, you're all. In fact, actually, I apologize. Lenine had left to
She's
go upstairs. Yeah,
Which yells it up.
yeah, you can say that.
Thank you for breakfast, Lenine.
And Merv Merv gives you this kind of weird eye, like you are burying yourself right now. And Garaele says, "I did not think you knew what you had. I was afraid that the red brands were going to get it. So
They did.
when I wandered over and took it from your cart, thinking that it would be safer.
But
in
we
my
saw
house."
them get it.
From you.
Yeah, out of the window.
So thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
I thought it would be safe. I don't know where it is right now, but we should find it. It's very valuable.
Did we
She
see
muttered
it?
something about harpers and then just
Maybe
kind of
if you could
storms
tell
out.
us what this shield does, it would help us identify it.
Does it make things really cold by chance?
It's a shield of luck.
wave turns back around.
It didn't work.
It doesn't
Well-
seem so lucky.
It perhaps not, but if you can find it, it's worth a lot. It's not so much that I want to have it. It's just that I want it to be used. If you keep it and use it, great. But if you're not going to use it, don't let it fall into the hands of the enemies.
Maybe Glassstaff is using it.
You didn't see him wielding or carrying a shield with him at all when he left?
No, just a staff. Probably not proficient, a little wizard.
No, probably not.
All right.
I normally thumb my nose at all the gods. They are worthless. But never a good idea to have luck on your bad side. Or be on the bad side of luck. Oh, however it goes. I don't know.
She says, "For once, you and I agree." That's what Garaele says to you.
Garaele, I get the feeling we'll cross paths with the red brands again. We will find your shield.
She says, I hope you do. Well, please rest today here. Make yourself at home in the costume. I'll take care of Lenine. I know that she could be a handful to deal with when things don't go her way.
It must be back at the manor. It must be. Shar has been piecing this together the whole time.
Yeah, we skipped freaking 2 rooms. 2 entire areas we missed.
And the cave. We should go back. Who's with us? He looks
I'm
around
in.
at everybody who's like, been handing us money.
Yeah.
We will go get it.
Garaele says, "So do you want to return there before we send in the workers from town?"
You want them to die? There was some creatures in there, and there's still some bad juju there. I don't know. There's bad things.
Yeah. They'd be walking into some.
Like the crazy warlock that lives there.
If you
Yeah,
ask
that-
me, I'd say you just knock the whole thing over and be done with whatever's underneath.
How do you knock tunnels over?
You just
Get that
I
dwarf.
think he was speaking figuratively.
Oh, okay.
She says, well, mostly the rest of the town has left it to its own devices up until now. It's never been it's a great place, but we've never had the machinery to deal with it right now. We're trying to get the mines up. We were hoping that within a year or two, we could maybe rebuild the manor. We don't know. I mean, that's really up to the town. I'm not been in this town for very long, so I think that would be up to Lenine and the rest of the town itself. And you hear this ogre's voice back behind you, looking in from the side hall, and to Garaele, and says, "Hey, did you get that gold from the exchange?" And you can see Elmer look back. No, that's from the main coffers. Your exchange. We would not touch your gold, my dear. Good. All right.
Oh, wait.
So
What
you
happened
found it
to-
for her?
Who are you talking to?
The ogre to Garaele.
The ogre looks at you and says, "I run the exchange,
And what do you exchange?
the miners' exchange. I do the gold transfers. I do the weights. I can weight your hair against gold and tell you which weighs more. That's how good I am at my job."
I guarantee that the gold will weigh more than my hair. Very good. Very good. Very good reason.
She's red and funny.
because gold is heavier than hair.
For both.
Simple.
Well, which would be heavier, an ounce of gold or an ounce of hair?
Bum.
Wait, what happened to-
the ogre looks over at Flander and says, "Oh, you heard that one too, huh?"
Wait, what
You
happened?
know, I've never
to,
met an ogre before.
What happened to Sir Mr. Town Master guy, sir?
And Garaele says, "Well, he's held up in the jail right now. We're not sure what to do with him. I mostly put him there. We put him there to keep him out of the townsfolk."
He leans over and instantly points at the ledger, says, "This was from him, and the floppy hat guy told me all of this and said that he was supposed to be collecting this."
She's gonna look. She's gonna spin the ledger around and start looking. And she says, "I don't see his name here anywhere. Hardman is not. His name is not anywhere on this ledger.
He must not have been paying then.
I don't know what to tell you. But as much as you want to say he's guilty, I don't see that he is.
Who weren't being charged were likely complicit.
That's fair enough. But I can tell you that Halia wasn't charged. And you can see the giant ogre look over and goes, "No, those Reds came to my door once." Once.
He looks over at you and nods. He's like, "Or strong." He's sitting there like he's really like keen on making a point here with
Yeah.
with Garaele, and he's just like excited about it. He's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
see."
She says, "I don't know what we can do about Harbin. We can
Wait.
remove him from office, but what else could we do?"
What is his name?
Do you really want me to answer that? We can go show him a cave.
Garaele goes,
Give him a little tour. You know, it's better with the lights off. I'm just saying.
she looks at you, and then she's going to look over at Hemo. This is Garaele. And Garaele says to Hemo, "I appreciate Waif for all the things she's done for this town." And then she stops and gives you this look like, are you going to do something about this?
You know what? Hemo will stand back and cross his arms and say, "You know, at the end of the day, we're all individual contractors. And hey, I do things my way. I'm 100% in your debt, Garaele. But if Waif doesn't feel that way, Waif doesn't feel that way.
I think it was in Gundren's contract that we can't take on additional life debts.
What?
Gary also says, well, that's
You
fair
actually
enough.
read all that way?
You don't read before you click agree to continue?
That's what the
Kinda
EULA's
skim
for.
the headers.
That lady.
I think I have to start.
It's
All
a
right.
mercenary job. What's there to read?
Well, the sister says, well, you can go back and investigate the rest of that underground chamber if you want. But if you're interested, I do have work for you to do. I do have something that for you to take care of. It's up to you.
I would suggest that we look at it before you send other villagers in. It may still be dangerous.
Did you write down 220, Graham?
200.
I did.
200.
Yeah, I got
200
it.
gold. Yeah.
Okay.
They will
200.
they will give that 200 gold as a reward for what the work you've done.
Nice.
All right, what are you going to do now then? They're going to let you stay here and they'll feed you. So you're going to be given food. And
As long as
Merv,
we continue to do for
well, Merv said that you're welcome to, and they're not asking anything more of you. They're basically said, but Garaele has said, if you want to go back and look there before they send in, they're waiting for the rains to stop. The rains are heavy and they're not going to send a bunch of people out in the rain to go exploring. So, so once the rains have stopped, they're planning on going down into the undercroft of this Tresender Manor. And if anything, just get the bodies out. They don't want the bodies stacked in there. And of course, if you left anything behind, they're going to look for it because that's just normal. But yeah,
it's not good to leave, bodies around for weird random necromancers to come along.
right.
It's also not a good idea to leave the necromancer realizing what he's saying.
Oh, you mean kids play around there?
It's like Waif just looks at him.
Our priority was to get the prisoners out safely.
That was your priority, not mine.
Let's go back
They were alive. They were good.
when it's not raining.
We had.
Are you going to stay here and wait out the rain, wait out the storm?
He looks over at Waif.
No,
Feel like pina colada.
dries off again. It's like I have no problem with the rain.
What a world! What a world!
I mean, yeah, we all have cloaks.
Okay, let's go. He's ready. He stands back up,
All right.
As,
straightens his
as she's
backpack.
walking. And what else did you want us to do? What was that other thing?
You
Garaele,
Yeah.
you was going to say to her.
Yeah.
She says, well, I
you-
asked Hemo if he
You
would.
don't want my help? Fine. She walks out.
you walk out into the rain and you do so the door kind of opens up and slams a little bit.
She just lets it.
Yeah, just opens up.
Just
She says, she looks at you and she says, I have work for you to do. I have a question I need you to ask.
It's right over her head.
yes,
It's a question mark.
yes.
Up the
I'll put another
Triboar
question.
Trail, there is a spirit there, and I need you to ask her a question. She won't appear for me. Maybe she will for you. But you're not,
A
you're
spirit.
yes.
What is this spirit? What? This is not something I've heard of before. Heard of orcs and bandits, but no spirits.
I'm here for many reasons, she tells you. But one of the reasons is that there is a spirit that lives up the trail, and I need to ask it a question. It's been around for a long time. We've known it. It's been there for a long time, and we're hoping it's been there before the fall of Connieberry, because there was a ledger, a journal that escaped from Connieberry before the fall. We're hoping that she knows where it is, where it went.
I guess I turn to Finis. This seems more like a death cleric's domain. I'm sure it's something we could handle, but are you able to speak with the dead, Finis?
It's not unheard of.
Wait,
Uh,
is it just a
I've never done
ghost?
it myself
If it's a ghost, you could just talk to it.
deliberately.
Has this spirit appeared to anyone else, Garaele?
Only in whispers in legend, but we've seen the warren it lives in, and we believe that it appears there. But I tried to reach it twice. Once I made it there, but the spirit did not awake for me. The second time I went there, and I was attacked by something sinister outside of it. I didn't know what it was. It was like the darkness itself was attacking me. I barely escaped. It drained me. I was exhausted when I left, and I barely got out of there. That was just a few days ago. A few days before you arrived, I should say.
Huh.
So
Well,
whatever this guardian, this thing that happens to be there, I don't know. Also, on my way back, I noticed that Connieberry may have had at least one hobgoblin. I saw a hobgoblin near Connieberry. I don't know if they're there now or what. It's been pretty much a ruin for quite a while now.
Are they friendly?
well,
I managed to skirt it. Yeah, I managed to skirt them before they saw me, but I couldn't tell you one way or the other. So I do
We
want
know
you.
the Red Brand said several hobgoblins in their employ.
Well,
could be related.
you saw bugbears and you saw goblins. And
Oh,
I'm
no
trying to think
hobgoblins.
I'm trying to think if you saw hobgoblins. I don't think you did.
I
But
don't think so.
but
Was Clark a hobgoblin or a bugbear?
Clark was a bugbear.
Okay.
And that's but actually I remember that Sildar thought he was a hobgoblin. He's like, he's big, maybe he's a hobgoblin. He had said that. But it turned out he was a bugbear.
All right. Well, I mean, could be related to the Red Band. Could be not.
She says, I can reward you, or at least my faction can reward you. If you can find out this information. And I'll not send you empty-handed. I have potions of healing I can give you to help you on your journey.
Well, I believe the rest of the party. I think we all agree we should probably make sure Tresender Manor is safe for your workers before we leave.
I greatly appreciate that. If that's what you want to do, thank you so much.
We'll add it to the list.
Accessing quest log.
All right. So are you going to then gather up and go back into the bowels of Tresender Manor?
Yes.
Which way are you going to enter?
Well, now we know that there's like a front door, but it's on the
But we
back
don't
side.
know where that is on the outside.
Well, we kind of figured it out. It was on the east side.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that'd be an interesting.
where
That'd be interesting
door
to.
is.
Crap, with the rain, there'd be barely any chance of picking up a trail, but we could at the very least see where Glassstaff might have run from there if we go around to the exit he fled through.
Correct.
I think that'll take time to find it, but whatever.
Well,
can-
likely.
We can
take
poke our
this-
head out that door as we go in.
Sure, could take less time to just go up to the front door.
All right. So is that what you decided to do? You're going to head down toward the Tresender Manor to the front door?
Sure.
Right.
I'm actually going to put my Red Brand cloak on to protect from the rain, and maybe if there's any of them still left at the manor, maybe it could be a useful disguise.
Perfect. All right. All right. Anybody else? Everybody going to head out into the rain?
Yep.
All right. You button yourselves up, wrapping yourself up with cloaks as much as you want. Waif, where did you go? You headed off already.
Just standing out in the middle of the rain, just fuming.
All right. You walk
Tapping,
out.
Like literally fuming.
Steam's coming out for you.
You walk out and you can see Waif leaning up against the side of the costier, sort of just like waiting for you. And she kind of gives you a glance as the rest of you emerge from the costier's side door. All right.
Were
Wait,
you powdering your nose? I mean,
I'm sorry that I woke you up that way. If you want, you get one free hit. Go.
just don't do it again.
Don't wake you up in the face of danger again.
Not by sitting on my chest, you oaf.
Hmm.
All right. Through the misty rain, as you walk out the side entrance, you can see that you can turn to the north and head back up toward the town square and take the main road past the Sleeping Giant up through Tresender Square if you so choose. So of course you can exit here.
Let's do that.
and head
Sure. Yeah, we'll
this
take
way.
the main road.
As you
don't
walk
have to
out though,
tie
as you look
anymore.
out here, you can see down this road. This is the road where the town master is right here. And then down this road is the Alderley farm where Carp was, where Carp lives and his mom. And you probably guessed that.
We didn't return that blue hat yet, did we?
You have not.
Yeah, we should. Maybe we should return the blue hat
During a deluge.
or not.
It's up to
We'll
you.
make sure.
Who's
You
going to
go.
answer?
We
the-
could-
I don't-
We could leave the hat with Sister Garaele. And
You're standing outside in the rain. The rain's just like, shh. Just like I'm just imagining I'm just imagining Flander with like his hood covered up and he's like moving around, kind of swaying. We could, you're making plans as you're standing out in this torrent.
Let's just go.
All right, are you
deliver
gonna-
it in person later? So it's only proper. I mean,
only
if they're
a hat.
going to treat us like the heroes of the town, we should at least act like it.
Okay. Well, you're gonna head up.
Disgusted look.
You're gonna head up toward the near passing toward the Shrine of Luck and head down past the Sleeping Giant. All right. You take the road. The road is wet and muddy. Your boots are thankfully protecting you from most of the rain, but the bottom edges of your pants are definitely getting drenched as they more or less as you pitter patter on the end.
Is that lady on her front stoop across from the Sleeping Giant?
No, she's not. She's not.
He
So-
does look for her there.
Yeah. You pass by the Sleeping Giant. The Sleeping Giant looks more eerie even during the day than it did at night. The stuff that's been pulled outside is drenched. The water is dripping inside of the Sleeping Giant through parts of through the sides that have been open. You can see now in the gloomy light of this rainy day that parts of the inside have definitely been burnt as well. All right, you take the winding path up. It's actually pretty slick going up that ravine, up the dirt path, and you emerge at the top of Tresender Manor. Now, as you enter this area of the Tresender Manor, you can see that the top level has been just ruins. You can see the shell of a great manor house that was once there from ages ago. Most of the sides, the stone sides, you can see parts of the walls. You can see there is a roof, but the roof has been caved in. You can see just parts of age-old thatch that's probably almost like mummified or petrified. It's been there for so long, just this dried out. And you can see that as the rain goes, the rain just kind of goes around it and just falls inside. It's been so dried out. It's been there forever. Now you get to the top and you can take a look at these ruins. What are you going to do at the ruins?
Well, I'm definitely going to look for signs of habitation up here. We found somebody's workspace down below, but there could have been somebody up here as well.
All right, give me a survival roll.
Oh, well, I'm bad at that. I got an 8.
You look around this area and you're not seeing everything. Everything looks old. Everything looks like it's been here forever. The rain doesn't help, of course, because there are puddles in places that might reveal something when it's dry, but right now it's full of mud. As you step in it, you can see that your feet bury in sometimes 4 or 5 inches into the earth as you stomp through the mud. You look around, you don't see anything.
This is very obviously not the same space that we were just in then earlier, right?
What do you mean?
Like we were in the top floor of the caves before.
Yeah, now you're walking through the top level outside ruins of the Tresender Manor.
Yeah.
And wanted to go through the front door. Hear it.
Is there was there any way that this was connected to those caverns?
Well, you're not
Do we see
finding
a way down.
Yeah, you think that you'd have to go to the back side of the house to find that door. You think that door from the map and where you were at, that door is probably used as some kind of outside entrance into the underground. They might not have a direct access from the manor itself into the underground area. Oftentimes they didn't in the ancient sort of ways in which they built these manors. So you do know that. You're an elf, you've been around for a long time, and your history just tells you that. So you can start heading toward the back if you want.
Yeah.
All right. You can see that Hemo is going to start heading to the back. Anybody else not heading to the back with Hemo? Okay.
While we're looking for secrets, I have
Sure.
a wand of secrets that needs to recharge daily at dawn. So
It is charged.
1d3 charges.
Yeah, but you only used one.
though.
So
Yeah, okay, so it's charged.
so you'll get the one back. All right.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right. You as you pass by the southern side of the manor, you can see that there is a small little graveyard set here. And it's been long overgrown with just the wild weeds and various types of brush that have grown wild within Phandelver. You're definitely familiar with the area now, the grasses. So you can see through the brush, though, that these old ancient stones kind of peeking their heads out amongst they're almost like dwarfed by the rise of the grasses. However, there is a freshly dug and built and placed gravestone and patched earth here.
Is
there a
there
name on-
anything written on it? Yeah.
Yes, yeah. You walk up there, and it says the name on the actual patch there. It seems to have been written, but not written with pen or written with ink or carved. It looks to have been taken apart and formed through some kind of almost precise means. You're not sure how exactly it was done. It could have been magic that did it, but it says Sildar Hallwinter.
And that
Did we hear that he was friends with Glassstaff?
I don't believe we
think
ever
that was-
heard any connection.
I believe so. I think they were friends.
Could he have been a red brand the whole time?
No, but they knew each other.
So I'll give you a history roll, Hemo, and then I'll remind you of something we talked about last week. Sometimes the difference of a week can be a lot.
History.
It's more
13.
Okay, so if you recall, and this is actually rehashed for anybody who from last week, that Sildar Hallwinter had spoke to you while you were taking a short rest outside of the Craigmaw hideout. You were taking a break, and he explained to you that though he was traveling with Gundren, his true mission was to go find his friend Iarno Albrecht, who had been sent to Phandelver to start up a new Lord's Alliance location. Since this is a new mining town, they wanted to get in on it early, right? And so they sent him, but he had never responded. His friend never came back, so he decided on his own to take on the mantle of going to find his friend. So he was traveling with Gundren, so Gundren went back to meet with you, and that's where you got your marching orders to get the supplies and follow him. And then he and Sildar left to Phandelver. you believe Sildar was more or less he was working with Gundren. Whether they were working together to figure out this mine, the lost mine that they were looking for, or not, you're not sure. But you do know that Sildar does indeed have a friend named Iarna Albrecht that he was looking for.
We've
We got a letter.
officially connected
Yep.
Albrecht and Glassstaff as the same person, right?
Well, we found a letter in the sleeping quarters.
You think so?
By the kind of in the wizard's study area
Yeah.
that was addressed to him.
Yes, it was
Yarno.
addressed to yes to
From the spider.
from the spider.
So he was there. That places Yarno at the spot in the wizard area. Like it's pretty plain that it's the same person. But I don't know if we like literally.
Yeah.
I think you can make that connection. That's fair.
Which it's interesting that Glassstaff here would break from his Lord's Alliance ties so easily, but still want to bury Sildar.
So fun.
I don't know. It just seems strange.
Are you very sure what the Lord's Alliance, what their agenda is?
Well,
Are you a member of the Lord's
Hmm.
Alliance?
Actually, I'm not
We've
sure. Might
heard a
know.
little bit of them, right?
Do it.
Pretty sure they're not low-level bandits.
I've heard of the Red Wizards of Thay. I've heard of many groups. Nobody knows anything.
Well,
What are their true? We don't know their true agenda. Like the
So-
Harpers, we don't know their agenda either.
yeah, the public persona of the Lord's Alliance, from what you know, continuing on with your history roll, is that their belief says if civilization is to survive, all must unite against the dark forces that threaten it. Glory comes from protecting one's home and honoring its leaders. The best defense is a strong offense. That is the beliefs of the Lord's Alliance.
Doesn't sound inherent.
Well, like any mission statement, that's not very helpful at all.
Not exactly,
That
not
sounds
precisely.
inherently lawful.
Yes.
So what you can give me a history roll if you want to know more about
Maybe
the
you
Lord's
just went for
Alliance.
himself then.
I don't need to know. I don't trust them.
No, that's completely fine. I'm just offering if anybody else would like to know more about him.
Frankly, we can ask Glassstaff when we find him.
Okay, sounds great. So but that you move past, continue on to the southern part of this Resender Manor, unless you want to do anything with this gravestone, anyone? Okay.
I
feels
guess
like a
I just want to. It looks like something's been buried in it. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
It looks like the ground has been freshly turned, and so you can see that most likely there you can just tell by the shape. It's the shape of what would be normally a body there. Now,
Yeah.
We
if you
didn't
dig
find
it up, and
Sildar's body
if
in the
there's-
caves either.
if you dig it up, there may be nothing there, but I'm just telling you that's what you see.
I'm going to assume this is Sildar and let him rest.
Okay.
And go in that back door.
All right.
It's
You
raining.
travel to the backside. You can see that there is almost like a set of doors that would open up and lead to a tunnel, and that would take you down into the lower levels. Both those doors are open, and the water is slowly leaking down the steps into the dark. There's not a whole lot of water here. You think that whoever had built these manor homes for years and years and decades ago had built it in such a way that the runoff wasn't going to run into it. But
Yeah.
with some overgrowing plants, it's getting a very light bit of rain going down there. But for the most part, it's fairly dry. All right, you gonna head back down into the manor?
Yeah.
Let's do
And
this.
shut the door behind us.
Okay, I'll bring up the map. Give me a second. Okay, so as you can see on the map, you can place yourselves here on the map again. And you can feel free to re-explore this map as much as you'd like.
Kashar points down at the bottom corner and says, maybe let's go this way so we don't fall into that pit trap.
We'll lead the way.
All right. I believe we have 3 people on the map. I think perhaps the other two would like. Okay, there you are. Thank you. All right. So you're gonna go through that door. You can easily go. Where would you like to go? What's your plan?
I'll light a torch.
Okay, you can do that. Since you are I believe you're the only one who can't see in the dark right now.
Accurate. It's me and Colin, but
Yeah.
he's not here.
Yeah. You're not sure what happened to Colin. You're wondering what
I'm pretty sure that was the magical sleepness. Somebody came and stole Colin while we were magically made to be sleep, and then now we're just going off without him.
maybe
well-
he was last staff all along.
Maybe
The DM plant. He's
maybe we'll find him later.
he worked for
That
the
would be
Spanish
bizarre.
Inquisition. Okay.
Hemo will use his dancing lights to help light the area because I think it's, I think most people's versions of dark vision they see better in full light.
Still color with light and black and white with
Yeah,
Yeah,
So-
in dark vision, you're basically seeing like black and white shades, and you can see stuff, but you might not see fine details. So yeah, that's probably
yeah. Hemo kind of lazily juggles a bunch of glowing orbs, kind of chucks them against the wall every once in a while, or
nice.
Should we do a
tosses
quick
them.
run through the whole place first and then go down the cold tunnel? Just make sure nothing surprises us, comes from behind.
You certainly can
That
do that if you
Would be
choose.
smart.
All right. Do you want to run through that? Also,
Yeah,
or just
well,
tell us if we run
so-
into anybody.
No problem. You travel through. I'll kind of take you through on a
And
tour.
we'll search for the shield up on the main this floor here too.
Yeah, you
Right.
travel through here and you search through this room. Now there are bugbears here. You certainly can search through them if you so choose to.
I don't think we ever did we?
You haven't searched anybody practically.
Mhm. Let's
So-
let us toss this room.
All right.
Man, we just ran off, didn't we?
Yeah, you didn't search for anything. That was
Yes,
I mean, we
I
did.
know. I
We
keep
did.
saying
Well,
it.
technically, we did run through
You're a little preoccupied.
Right. We went through a couple of the unopened rooms, but we didn't run back through everything.
all right. What you find here is the remnants of these three bugbears. You don't know what happened to that goblin. You haven't seen him or what happened. He may have ran off. You're not sure. But if you look, you can see that one of these bugbears is probably the leader since he has the stuff. He carries a belt pouch containing 33 silver pieces. And he has a semi-precious stone, which you think is worth probably about 50 gold pieces. He also has an iron key, which you think probably matches the key you've already found.
The cells.
Yeah.
I'll well, we should
Lander, you got that in the
get
party?
the-
Party treasure.
How much
All
was
right.
that again?
That is
33 silver?
one semi-precious stone that has a
Silver?
value of approximately 50 gold
22 silver pieces. or something?
and
18?
33 silver pieces.
30.
50 gold, you said?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's worth 50 gold. Yeah.
60?
Okay.
We have 70.
50.
Wow. Yeah. Could you imagine having one of those barkers as your DM who talked that fast?
Oh man.
I'm wondering how to DM an auction.
Give me insight. Going sold to you. 35 order damage. Thank you for the result. TPK. Like what? He just runs through the entire adventure in like 4 minutes. Sold. All right. Okay. So that's what you go into the gambling room.
Yep.
To up there, and you can certainly run through that. You can see that that room has absolutely nothing of value in it other than all those barrels. But you think when all of these townsfolk come through here, they're going to take all these, claim all these
Probably, yeah.
prizes. And you're guessing that 200 gold pieces they gave you is probably more like you take this 200 gold and we're going to take all of our stuff back kind of thing.
Yeah.
Now you certainly can try to take it out of here, but you may, that's up to you. You think that the townfolk are coming in.
I mean, Colin already cleaned the table off, right?
It's completely cleaned off.
But
yeah.
then we lost Colin. I don't know. It's fine. It's probably a wash.
Yeah.
We did search these top two rooms already.
You did,
Recall
yeah.
that.
Mhm.
We can do a quick. Just make sure there's no creatures up there.
Yeah,
And
you
then we'll
walk
keep
through
moving.
there and you don't find anything. That's easy enough to do. So yeah, you go through here and do this room and emerging back. Now I want Gashar to give me a spot roll.
I suppose he'd probably get to about here and look around, right?
Yeah, give me a spot roll.
You got it. Perception. coming right up. 19.
That dark hole that was there before has been sealed up.
Wow.
It is a solid stone wall.
That's not right.
It looks like it was never before anything. You walk up and you're like, wait, there was a.
He'll go to the edge actually, and he'll crouch down there, and he'll sort of put his hands in the area.
Is
He knew
Wake
it was
behind you?
cold.
Is it still cold?
Right. It was really cold before, right?
It was. Yeah. You walk up and you kind of lean forward and it doesn't feel like anything.
Hemo's juggling these dancing lights. He's just gonna throw one at the wall where there was a
I take it you're over
a
there.
hole before.
You come over
Yeah, I'll
there
walk up
and
there.
you throw the lights. Of course, you can see that creature below when you throw the lights down there. That the dead creature that was there.
The eyeball creature.
Yeah, it's staying
Yeah.
down. That's still there, but you throw it at that wall, and of course it's just magic. So it hits a surface and hits the surface of the wall and does this normal bounce like you would expect. I'm not sure if it's going to bounce back towards you or if it follows physics and actually has angular incidence versus reflection. That
I can throw a rock if that helps.
yeah, but it's whatever you wanted to do. But yeah, it acts according to what you normally would assume it was going to do.
Well, that's
Kashar doesn't believe this. He'll jump down into there.
All right.
He's used to making illusions, and he's like, "This is clearly an illusion." He walks over and
you kind of slide down carefully. Obviously,
Hemo can help him down.
Yeah. You're going to slide down carefully, no problem. You get to the bottom and you walk up to this thing, and you are standing in front of a 20-foot like rock wall. Now it looks
natural
rough.
rock.
It looks like natural rock, like the sides of the cavern. It literally just looks like part of that.
He's like, "No, I don't believe this," and he'll just try to like push through it.
All right, give me.
Mind over matter.
Yeah, I want you.
He does
to
make illusions, you know. That's what he kind of does.
I want you to give me an intelligence check.
Okay. I got a 10.
Nice. You walk forward and he kind of pushes through, kind of like Harry Potter running through. But remember when Harry Potter was not able to actually get through between the corridors because it was locked off because he went face first into it. You do that same thing,
just
and you take 2 points of damage.
Ow.
As you smack your nose
right in the nose.
You literally go like, nope, bam, oh. Nice little knob right in your face.
It might not be an illusion after all.
If only we had something to find secrets, it would be so nice.
Hemo does have that, and he will use it.
Real? That's amazing.
All right, what are you
Use
gonna
it
do?
From right here? He'll cast the Wand of Secrets.
Now remember, it's a
That's
30-foot range, right?
Yeah, so he's gonna kind of be standing, right up here by the.
Does it last for more than a round? Like, can you kind of walk around with it?
I believe it tells you
believe
instantly
so.
for the round. But Cleo, what is the definition of what that does?
I guess I can't put it up in the chat, but it's got 3 charges. An action expends 1 charge. It pulses and points at any secret doors or traps within 30 feet of you. It pulses and points to the one nearest you, is what it says. If there's a secret door or trap.
It's a trap.
Um,
I'm 30 feet.
As
Okay.
a trap.
yeah, and this,
Killed off screen.
Because this is 30 feet away over here.
yeah, that it would do that.
I'm mad about
Um,
that.
We'll get mostly down. We'll get down to like
Oh, it's a trap guy.
the bridge. and
Okay.
Sort of halfway through the gambling room and the wizard thing. If there's anything in that bedroom, though, he'd get that.
Okay, you gonna use a charge of it?
Yep.
All right. Let me take a look at your area of effect. 30 feet, right?
Yeah.
There is a secret that it finds.
Mhm.
Bum, bum, bum. Do you see the secret that was revealed? It is right here. And I will move down to that layer so that my
What?
I see the S now.
I do see an S. Yes. Up here.
yes.
Okay, so it points to there. Mimo will just go and walk and follow where it points. And I
Perfect.
guess examine that corner.
All right. You obviously believe that there is a secret door there. You search carefully and can find it. It's similar to the other ones you found. And so because you just kind of know what they are now, you're able to find that secret door easily enough.
I'll call it to the party first and say it's another secret door. And well, heck, I'll just push through it.
All right, you do that. Allow me to reveal the area.
Kishar takes 2 attempts to climb back up once again.
Look at that.
Thing up there, what you can see. All right, you can see that it is a stairway that leads sort of up toward the upper levels and just kind of ends at a dead end.
It ends at a dead end, probably another secret door. So we'll go and
All right.
shove that chunk of wall at the end of the staircase.
All right, you move down there. Give me a perception roll, please.
Okay.
I'm going to give it to you with advantage.
Well, I crit on the first
Ooh,
one.
there you go.
You crit on the first one.
That can't be right.
Double. Oh my gosh.
That's amazing.
Did I
Hey.
fuck- No, it's correct.
3 20s in a row.
Doing it randomly.
Just
that can't-
wasted. Dude, you wasted a 20.
That's not how luck works.
Maybe you found the shield.
It's laying on the ground.
Is there a shield nearby?
There is not.
You rolled a natural 20
Yeah.
though. The
That
third
is
one.
That is pretty awesome.
3 in a row. You sure the shield's not in there?
Yeah.
He just did a perception check for it. If it's in this room, he would have seen it.
Yeah, right.
Nice try. 20s
Wow.
don't mean you automatically succeed.
Wait, you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
All right, you can see that there is a secret door that leads into that room that you were just in.
Leads into the top of the manor that we were.
Yeah, no, it
looking
leads
at?
into the sleeping chambers right here.
Oh, okay.
See that?
Oh,
So-
Kishar is disappointed.
If you recall, when you had moved up here, that there was a bunch of activity happening up here in the dark, and later on you heard things bustling around. Now, originally, Hemo had ran up, but he didn't really perceive a lot of things. But later on, you heard activity. You were thinking maybe there was some movement between this room and this room, and into here, things shuffling around.
It's just Glassstaff's little escape tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Damn.
Meanwhile, you have some dead bodies around you.
Um,
You're gonna search those bodies.
Yep.
All right. You find 22 silver pieces.
Rack it up.
Thanks, Flander. We are going to be rich.
Rich in silver, that is. All right, where are you gonna go to next?
Kishar grabs that red cloak and puts it on.
All right.
Pushes into the secret door here.
All right, that's easy enough to do. Oh, I'm going to tell you this though. I will. I have to make sure that you're aware. If I can grab it, I'd be dangerous. There you go. That is gone. That skeleton that was there is no longer there.
Fitting.
Just put it back on its turn.
Yeah, he carefully
All right.
opens the door and looks. Actually, he'll open the door and look in the room first.
All
Peeks
right,
around.
you open the door
Got his
and
torch.
look in the room with the door. You can see that there are no skeletal creatures there. However, you can see all three of them are already returned and draped over the top of the skeletal or the
They're
sarcophagi.
laying on top of the sarcophagi.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so he's got his torch. He's got the door open, and he's sort of like, he's got his red cloak on,
Yes, you do.
and he steps into the room.
All right, you can see three large stone sarcophagi stand within this dusty crypt, and propped up against each sarcophagus is a human skeleton clad in bits of rusty mail. False columns all along the walls are carved in the image of spreading oak trees. The double doors in the southeast corner are sheathed in tarnished copper plates. You can see that the sconces here now have torches that have been burned out. So it is now dark.
But I do have my torch.
You do have your torch. So that's what you see.
All right. So the skeletons remain on their in their link.
They're just chilling.
Position. Good. They're staying dead. I like it. We'll go search over here then.
All right. You walk into that door. You can see that there's a dead ruffian there.
Mm-hmm. Search them.
All right. Let's bring up that room and see what's in
And all
there.
these rags and stuff on the floor. You said there was a bunch of clothes from the people.
Yeah, you
Unless
see
they
it.
grabbed them. I don't know if they grabbed them when they left.
They would have grabbed anything that was theirs.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah. So traveling through here.
I hardly think we need to pick up everybody's possessions and bring them back to them. If they're gonna,
There's really
come
nothing
here
in
with
this room except for there's 11 silver pieces on that ruffian.
Your Char will hand those over to Flander as well.
They must have just got paid, and everybody gets 11 gold or 11 silver pieces.
What are you going to do?
Wage. Wage cap.
I guess that was wage theft, huh?
What are you guys going to do?
Any other rooms to check?
Not that you see. I mean,
Not
you're
that we're aware of.
yeah.
Well, take it down the hall. Let's go look at this ghost.
Hmm.
They want us out of the town for some reason. I don't know. They're like, here, go there. Maybe someone's going to come. Maybe some magistrate. Maybe they want us out of town. Maybe they are hiding our actions. Who knows? I don't know.
Maybe they're not used to having adventurers coming in, burning down bars, starting riots.
And what part of Kevin are you from?
This is like the daily adventurer problem. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just saying that you went down there, you saw that cavern has been sealed up. You walked into this chamber and you can see that cell is empty. There's nothing in it. You found that dead red brand there, and you definitely could take his money. Hemo, what are you wearing?
What is Hemo wearing?
Yep.
Studded leather armor and
What do you
a red cloak that's wet because he was wearing it for the weather.
And you can see that the doors in front of you are, your cloak is still wet, and the doors in front of you are closed. You don't recall closing them when you left.
The copper sheathed ones that lead out to the trap room here?
Yes.
Huh.
Dennis, what are you wearing? Dennis, what are you wearing?
Venice is
Yeah.
wearing, I'm trying to look up, I think it's just normal plate. It's chainmail.
Chainmail. All right. And by chance, now that you're in this room, did you put on one of those red brand cloaks?
I did.
That's what I thought.
I've been wearing this.
All right. It is still wet. And you can feel the dampness around you. All right. Hemo,
So,
what are you going
like-
to do?
Waif is standing behind Finis and ugh, you smell like a wet dog. Dries him up.
All right. You are now blown dry. Literally, it's like a little bit of your cloak kind of flutters a little
Just
bit.
Marilyn Monroe kind of.
Yeah, you're Marilyn Monroe. You're like, I can just imagining Finis with his plate mail.
His chainmail. It's a damn hard breeze.
Yeah. And you are now cleaned up.
More like
Appreciate
the winds
it.
of hell.
Okay. What are you going to do now?
You smell.
Hemo's gonna want to do one more thing. In this chunk of, does he see anything if he goes through those copper doors?
You can open the doors and you can see what you can see, which is that hallway that leads to the trap. The trap has been still sprung open. You can see
Okay.
You can see that the red brand ruffian that you threw down the hole is still down there. Definitely awkwardly laying down there, kind of his feet almost poked up in the air, his head kind of crooked underneath him as his body kind of slumps over in his awkward death throw that he was in.
Hemo just kind of looks down at him and goes, "Okay, I didn't do that to you, bud. Sorry."
How did that happen to him?
I'm wondering if I
Nobody threw him down
use
there.
I did.
the
I threw him down there.
Wand of Secrets, if it would point towards this already discovered trap, or if there was another within 30 feet, it might.
I think this is a bust. I think we are done here. Let us
All
go
right.
talk to this ghost.
Yeah, there weren't any
This
other
person.
entrances that indicated another room in here.
It's up to you.
Very weird.
You do it or not? Because otherwise I'm.
Um,
Wait, let's go.
Nah. I'm not going to use the wand here. I feel like it might get scrambled by all the other secrets we already found. So no,
My only question
Does it
is,
does it find secrets that you don't know?
I don't know. That it just says. It just that says this.
The wand has two. While holding it, you can use an action to expand one of its charges, and if a secret door or trap is within 30 feet of you, the wand pulsates and points at that one nearest you. The wand regains 1d3. I would say, as a DM, it would mean that since it's secrets, anything you've already known is not a secret.
That's exactly what I was going to say. So
Okay. Well, if Hemo's at least that smart with arcane items, he will use a.
he's a third of the way there, you know.
Yeah, he's a third of the way to arcane caster. So he'll use the. He'll stand here so that he can get to the end of this hallway here, with a 30-foot radius, and cast the Wand of Secrets. Maybe he'll step down this way. He already knows what's in the prison.
It points down to this pool.
Oh. I think there might be another something here. And he'll hop the trap and
No
go
problem.
check it out.
You can get past it easily enough. All right.
As she stands next to you, you're dried. You all,
What are you wearing?
just my normal clothes.
All right. Put yourself back in this room right here, please. All right. One moment, please.
Oh, was Waif not wearing a robe because she can dry herself off in an instant for free? Also, they're not quite fashionable.
They are not fashionable at all.
Might clash with the red of the rest of Waif.
it's just a slightly wrong color.
Yeah, it'd be like if we wore like off skin tone.
Yeah, it's got like
suits, it just looked
like
weird.
a hint of orange to it. It's like, oh, come on. Gashar is almost excited. He's like, "Ha! I knew it! Ha!"
I think I put two
I
in there
knew
by
this is how
mistake,
it
sorry. All right. Waif, you walk in and the door behind you, letting the door behind you close. When that happens, these three skeletons leap from their feet, and they get to move 15 feet, and they're going to run up to you.
Gashar is like almost amused.
5,
He's
10,
like, "Ha!
15.
Ha! It
Roll
was-
for initiative.
It is the cloak.
Can we all roll for initiative? Since
Sure.
Anyone who's in that room right now can roll for initiative. Everybody else can come in the next round.
Okay.
Because literally, it's like this. It's a thing that's happening right now.
You want us to just roll initiative so you get the full order and then treat it
Yeah,
as a...
yeah. Well, that's exactly what we'll do. So let's start with Waif. What'd you get?
19.
Okay, and then let's go with Gashar.
19.
19. Who has a better dex?
I got a 15 dex.
That beats me.
Okay. Do you have you have a 19 plus? All right.
15.
Flander, what do you have?
14.
4.
Nice foreplay there. All right. Flander's taking his old sweet time. He's a lover, not a fighter. All right. Now let's go to Hemo. What'd you get?
6.
Nice. And now finally we have Finis.
16.
Nice. All right. So Gashar, you see. Oh, I forgot. I have to
spring
roll.
up.
I have to roll for them. Oh, that's not good.
They go first.
They're going to go first. I got to see what their bonuses are, but I rolled a natural 20, but I think their dex is +2, so they're going at
I
20.
was just going to ask if it was a -6.
Yeah, some creatures do have minuses, but these don't. All right. So the skeletons are running forward and they all start just attacking Waif like crazy. Like, what the hell just happened?
Gashar sees all this. He's kind of laughing. He's like, "Yeah, I was right. It is me." He goes, "Wait, there should be red cloaks in that closet.
Oh my god!
Go get them.
I rolled a 1, a 4, and an 8.
Go get
I
them."
think
from
I
the
think I
closet."
missed you all 3 times. They have a +4, so I rolled a 12. What's your armor class?
13.
Okay, missed. I don't know how I missed you. I had 3 attacks on you. That happens. All right, that brings us to Gashar.
He's like, "Go get one from the closet. Go that way."
I cannot do that.
Gashar will walk up to these guys. "Hi, hello."
They don't even seem to think they know you're even there.
He'll actually stop and he'll think for a second. And he'll say, "Stand down."
All right,
He'll issue a command to them.
give that command. All right, yeah, give me an intimidation roll.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah.
19.
You rolled a 19.
That was a natural 20, technically.
That is
but
awesome.
didn't do anything.
If you had the ability to actually control undead, that would be fantastic. Fortunately, you're
It's not
shouting.
a layer, it's not a layer thing with my red cloaks on.
You're shouting at them. It has no effect.
Dang it.
All right, that brings
Well, he
us
tried.
to Waif. What are you gonna do?
Disengage. I can't.
What's the thing called?
Can I do a retreat? I can just retreat, right?
Yeah, you can disengage out of that room. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna do that.
He
And
wasn't
you
joking
said-
about the red cloaks.
Where were they? In this.
In the storage room, like right to the north.
All right. She'll move in there and look and see if there's a red cloak.
I believe there's extra ones. There were quite a few of them
Yeah.
there.
With just gritting teeth, she puts one on.
It's like, this sucks.
All right. You put you I just the anguish in your face that you have to slide this cloak on.
Hey, at least this one's not wet and smells like dog.
It's loose. It's definitely made for human size.
Yeah,
You're it reminds you how tiny and frail your form is as you put this on. You put it on and you're just like, and the human that probably wore this was probably this big, ugly, scary
And didn't bathe for a week.
man who'd never hadn't bathed in a week.
That's easy to fix.
Yeah. But you now
this
have a
turn.
cloak on.
Yeah.
Flander, what are you gonna do? You see Waif running out, just run right past you.
It's just skeletons.
Oh hell, he says he pulls out his sword and he steps into the room.
All right, Flander, what are you wearing? Are you wearing one of those red cloaks?
I believe I am wearing one of those red cloaks. Yes.
Okay, the skeleton, you see Gashar standing there facing off against you.
He just told him to stand down.
Maybe it worked.
Maybe.
He says they're holding his sword, going, "What the heck?"
All right, you see these skeletons are sitting inanimately against the sarcophagi.
Then I'll resheath my sword.
All right.
And
Gashar, yes, that was amazing. Have you seen that before? That, huh?
that was amazing.
Are you going to do anything else with these skeletons or going to move on? Looks like everyone has their red cloaks now. Feel free
Well,
to.
there's-
Did we try to just shut them inside? Oh yeah, we tried to shut them inside the sarcophagus before, but they just reappeared up top.
This room is cursed. Let's just forget them. Forget the church cursed treasure they're probably lying on.
just for fun and games,
Sure.
Flander's going to move over here. He's going to take the cloak off.
You're going to take the cloak.
Yes.
Okay. When that happens, immediately they rise up, moving around you. Boom.
And I put it back on.
All right. And they're attacking you.
No.
All right. That brings us to we're gonna start the round over with them.
Gashar's laughing, literally
Flander.
laughing at you, pointing.
Oh my god. I rolled 2 critical hits on you.
This is no.
Oh,
He's a bard. Please.
Gashar's
This is
laughing.
undignified. Don't do it to
Actually
him.
kind of
I
hilarious.
hope he doesn't die when I'm pointing and laughing. I'd feel bad. Then I'd feel bad. But for now, it's
For
funny.
10 and 6. as they literally step.
Okay.
Remember the old claymation skeletons
Okay.
where they all just like stab people? That's basically what they're doing.
20, right?
You literally put it on, you're like, this is kind of cool. And they're like, oh, they put it on and they just start stabbing the hell out of you. You're like, Gah, what's going on?
I was just kidding.
They literally just grr, grr, smack you. That's what they do. They do a lot of damage to you. That
Oh,
brings
yes,
us,
they do.
Ishar, is your turn. What are you going to do?
Oh, you are injured. Skeletons, stand down. It worked last time.
All right.
That's
Make me
true. It probably looks
make
like
me a charisma roll. All right. Meanwhile, Waif, what are you going to do?
So she's going to move to here
Okay.
with the cloak on.
All right.
And
You see them just stabbing the shit out of
with a red cloak on.
yeah, he's wearing a red cloak right now.
She's like,
And he's just,
"Fuck
and
that."
there's,
And she's gonna book it back out here. She'll go around the long way.
all right. Okay, that's fine. You can count your steps up. So you get to move a total of 60. So you can count yourself at don't remember to count yourself going down and back up. All right, that is Finis.
I can get one more. Ha.
Finis steps in. And he's just gonna cast Toll the Dead on these two together.
Toll the Dead.
Does
Does
it
it
make a wisdom saving throw?
Does Toll the Dead working on dead?
I believe so.
I'm just asking. We haven't. I don't think
they
we've
are
ever
literally
guessed
dead, aren't they? Are you charging them for
it.
something?
They made both their saves. I rolled really well. I'm sorry. I know
That's
that
all
this. It seems like
It's a
this.
cantrip.
Yeah, it's a cantrip. All right. That is Finis. That brings us to Hemo.
Hemo is like down here, I guess, looking at where he's got the wand of secrets. He followed it down to this pool, and then he
Okay.
heard the sounds of fighting coming up.
It's
assuming.
still pointing into the
Maybe.
pool. The wand is still pointing into the pool.
I highly doubt you can hear anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna say at this point you probably can't.
Can't hear anything.
Look how far away you are through solid stone.
And the doors are closed. Well, I guess
The
they-
these doors have been closing behind us.
yeah.
The copper doors.
They don't. Only the doors, the secret doors, and the doors in that cursed room close. The rest of them do not.
Okay. Well, either way, if the party's not here, I'm going to go back and tell him what's up with this secrets. 1, 2.
Well, you didn't find a secret. You just found a pool.
Well, can I confirm that? I guess I'll walk around the pool and see if this is indeed what the wand is pointing at.
It is, in fact, pointing at that. You think that there is some kind of a secret entrance or secret something inside the pool.
Huh. All right. Well,
Or
now
put
I'll go back,
in water.
see if I can get some help with this.
All right, that's what you do. Start heading back. That brings us to Flander, the experimenter. I take them off. I put them on. Bad idea.
Okay.
Guess
You'd
you
be
can make
able
it to
to
like here.
disengage if you want.
Yeah, you could disengage.
Okay, and I'm going to use one of my neat little things here. I'm going to disengage.
Okay. That's your action.
Yep.
Then you can move 15. You can move 15 feet as part of your disengage. And now what are you
Okay,
going to do?
then I'm going to move into here.
All right. So you
Let's do that.
basically move, you disengage and then you do your move out there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. All right. That is Flander. That brings us to them.
You
Oh,
start watching, sort of jump back into.
Yeah, they literally go, and when they do their all the little purple things that are connecting together, just kind of pop. They go,
He is endlessly amused by this. He's just laughing like his quarterstaff, and he's just like a stand person. Oh my god, that was amazing.
Gashar walks single file to hide his numbers.
Comes into the room. Flannery comes into that other room and he goes, "Oh, that hurt."
Are you going to help the sand people fight against a giant worm?
Yeah, he's a fighter.
Okay.
He's a fighter for sure. He's like, after he finishes laughing, he looks
Gashar
over and he'll be
Mandalorian.
like, Flander, do you need healing? That was hilarious. You are
A little
hilarious.
bit.
Okay.
Are you, I'm
Meanwhile,
dead, you are not dead.
Hemo, you return back to see Lander has been cut up and getting healed right now.
What happened?
He
I
took
tried
his
a little
cloak
experiment.
off. He took it off in the other room, and then he died.
Those skeletons just keep coming back, don't they?
If you don't have a
Yep.
cloak on.
And if you should happen to take it off while you're in there, if it should come off over there, you're in trouble.
Oh, Hemo's got his cloak on. Oh,
Had we known that, we
That-
could
Keep it on.
arm them,
I see.
take off their cloak.
I will. What took you so long? I figured you'd just leave. I mean, they haven't left that room really. Never mind that. There's this wand of secrets pointed to that pool in the room down there.
What?
Seems there's something hidden in that pool. So I came back to find the rest of you.
What? Scott is wiping tears from his eyes. What? Oh, secret. Go.
Yes, there's that pool or cistern or something down in the room at the end of this hall, and there's something in there, but I didn't feel like jumping in there all on my own. I gotta breathe air.
Wave's literally sprinting through
All right.
to get to the other side of the.
No problem. You can get there. No problem. Go ahead and move yourself to where you want to go. I mean, we're not in combat or anything, so
Okay.
you can move yourself wherever you want to be.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll bust through the bottom secret door around the same time we get through here.
All right. You can see Wave pushes through. It's annoyingly so.
Dragging half of the cloak on the ground behind her.
Yeah, Linus.
I'm picturing, just out of being humorous, that the secret door closes and kind of closes on her
Yeah.
feet, and she has to like pull the thing out like in frustration. Ugh, this stupid thing. Okay, what are you guys gonna do? You're in that pool area.
I will never live this down.
Where is it?
Finis climbs in the pool.
All right, you splash inside the pool. What are you gonna do when you're in the pool there, sir?
Starts looking around up in that fountain thing in the corner. Starts looking for little switches or buttons.
Give
I'll
me
float my dancing lights down there to help out.
perfect. Give me a perception roll, please.
23.
Excellent.
Why?
Oh, you would have found this even with your passive perception. I'm sorry. I forgot that yours is 15. All right, you walk in and you can immediately see that there is some sort of grate or some kind of a cistern cover that's here. You walk up and you with the dancing lights under the water there helping you out. You can see that there is a satchel of some sort stuck underneath the cistern.
He'll go down and try to retrieve it.
You can pull that off fairly easy. It actually comes off way easier than you're expecting. You kind of were gonna pull it, but you're like, whoa, this actually was more like just set there as like a cover. And you can see there's a satchel. You can pull the satchel out easy enough if you want to.
Absolutely.
All right, you pull it up, pull out of the water. It appears to be very new. This satchel can't be more than 2 or 3 months old.
Well, I'll start rummaging around in there
All right, you open it up and you can see.
as I hop out of the pool.
Yeah, you can walk out of the pool, no problem.
To the bar.
You can see that there are 2 potions in here, 50 gold pieces in coins, and a set of ordinary traveling clothes.
Very
This
wet.
is somebody's go bag.
Do we
Set of ordinary travel clothes.
Asked if they were very wet.
by
No,
any off
the
chance?
bag, by the way, kept everything dry.
Nice.
Wow.
No.
D-
Finis will sling that bag over his shoulder. He's liking it.
Yeah.
Is there any off chance that we recognize those traveling clothes from anyone in town?
Give me a history roll.
We've only been here for a bit, so I assume maybe not 23.
You don't recognize them. They just appear to be clothes. They're just regular traveling clothes. You're just like, okay, they're breeches and a pair of boots and a traveling shirt, maybe a shirt that one of the miners or masons or someone like buddy in town might be wearing, but it's of just nondescript. it's like an off-white shirt with some brown pants and bring me my brown pants and and some boots.
Oh, brown pants. Oh, these were glass staffs for sure. He must have. It could have been. I mean, he fled out that door. He points up the staircase. Could have been he had this stashed here as a
Go back.
as a go bag, and we just were too hot on his heels.
We were right behind him.
I almost grabbed him.
I'm gonna run over to Flander and kind of have him hand him these 2 potions and ask if he'll identify these.
It's very similar to almost having the one.
You want
we
to
got 10
you can give
minutes.
me you can give me an Arcana check or an Insight check. Flander.
Okay. Insight. I'll try Arcana.
Okay, what'd you get?
5.
All right, you look at those potions and you're like, I've never seen. They don't look really. You think, well, this looks similar to some of the potions we had, but you're not. It's kind of a little off color. You're not really sure you want to go with what you think it is.
Maybe past expiry.
Well, next time we have time, we can do a ritual, but
Well,
I
wait
still
down
don't think
there.
this place is completely safe.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you guys gonna leave, or are you gonna explore something else?
Let's go. There's no shield here. Only skeletons.
No, unless one of you feels like scouring this place to detecting magic. I don't think there's anything else. This wand seems to have found everything else we didn't find.
I say we go talk to this ghost.
We have a number of options, don't we? There's orcs and
Yeah, you have a couple things that you've been told about. You know that there are orcs that the town master was going to pay you to clean up. The town
It will be
master.
screw
different.
that guy.
than that.
We'll do a different quest.
Yeah, and of course the red brands have said that you probably should have gone to take care of those orcs themselves. Yeah, you have this Sister Garaele who asked you to go and take on this adventure to talk to this ghost. And of course, you still have to find Gundren, and you're not really sure where to go. You also have that hat that you want to return.
We have the undead prospectors from
and
the
you
guy. Well, I would.
Yeah, but you
Doesn't
didn't know
know
that.
anything about
But
that.
he talked about the weird undead prospectors, and he wanted you to look into it. So that's the owl quest.
Accessing quest log. Show uncompleted.
So should we go
it's-
return the hat and then
it's-
head up to the ghost?
It's the old owl well that he said that there were prospectors up there, and he wouldn't mind you taking a look and see what was going on. Okay, well, to get moving forward, what are you guys going to do? Are you going to leave here and head back to town, or you're clearly discussing what your options are near this pool?
Let's go look at the ghost.
Yes,
We have to wait a minute. Do we know what we have to ask?
All right, let's go back.
We need to ask you a question. What is it? I don't know.
Let's drop off the blue hat, and then let's go find out what Sister Garaele wants us to ask.
All right, you're going to head out. You're right near the exit, so you do hear that that the storm is probably subsiding in some way.
all right,
A little lighter, and are you emerging from there?
Yeah,
sure.
You exit out. You can see anything else you're going to do before you leave.
Throw the cloak on the ground.
Okay, you throw the cloak on the ground. That's fair.
Finch just wants to look over this bag and he's wondering if it might be magical because it was sitting underwater all nice.
Sure. Why don't you? What do you want to do? You just want to see if you can detect anything about it.
Yeah, can I do an insight?
Insight won't tell you if something is magical or not.
All right, I'll roll an Arcana. I'm just not trained.
Okay, go ahead.
That's a 2.
All right. You think that this bag was probably very good at keeping things from being wet inside if it was wet outside. Might be a good one to have.
At least.
Might be a good bag to have if you're walking through a torrential rain.
Got a waterproof zipper.
A bag of dryness.
I have hands of
Riding
dragons.
of dragons.
Okay. You emerge then from the place. You're gonna go back out to the outside. You go outside and you can see that the rain is lightened. The skies have lightened up about 20% brighter. It's still raining out, but you can see that it's starting to clear up. In the distance to the far west, you can see the slim line of a brighter, bluer sky.
Humo's out here looking at where Glassstaff, or who we assume was Glassstaff, would have fled.
Okay.
He's thinking he fled on foot. He fled out this way, but the townspeople said that they saw him riding a horse.
Yes.
The stables, there was a horse missing there yesterday.
Well, there's also a floppy hat guy.
Yes,
Told
yeah.
him to leave.
They
We
said
told him to take
Dan
up
had
long
noticed
distance
that.
running. I wonder if, no, he was running east. I look around the area for any footprints. I don't know. It's probably not a lot of hope of it in the rain.
Give me a check. There's always a check that you could do it.
Is that going to be a investigation?
That would be a survival
He's
roll.
survival.
Survival. Oh boy. 12.
All right, you look around and it's this soft, wet ground with all the rain that's going. It's a lighter rain now, but it had been raining heavy for probably well before you woke up. You don't see anything. You just see you see the swirls where the gravel had probably been filled up with dirt and water. It's just a mess in here.
Ah, well. Hemo kicks rocks. Let's go.
All right. All right. A little splash of water hits up a rock, goes fluttering forward and lands, reminding Flander that he himself has a rock in his hand or in his pack. All right.
Hemo
That's
is
it.
not going to ask about the pebble.
Okay. You are going to head back to town.
Gashar really wants to stop and
Sure. Yeah.
might
Via,
as well get rid
via
of it.
that kid's house.
I'm going to bring the area map up again. You head out of town or head out toward town from the Tresender Manor. All right. Are you going to head down to the Alderleaf Found then? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Okay. You trap through the follow the wall, kind of follow this wall down here around past the dirt. It's wet.
Just
You're
the muck and the bog and the
Whose
idea was this?
you're up to your knees. Up to your knees is kind of drenched wet. You kind of at the slick grasses as you walk through. The rain's coming down and the grasses kind of cling against your legs, only to get ripped away as you move away from them, constantly slapping and drenching the lower half of your slacks and pants. Your boots are keeping your feet dry, but your knees and thighs are getting wet.
Gashar tries to walk on the top of that stone.
No
fence
problem.
there.
Just give me an acrobatics check.
15.
Parkour.
Okay. You jump up there and you're able to walk along the wall. He kind of goes up and down. It's the old remnants. So
Just
sometimes
leaps
there's a
over
wall.
little
Yeah.
spots. Yeah. And
Yep.
tries to,
You manage to do that. You land at the Alderleaf farm. You can see that the farmland itself is now thick and rich. It looks like they're growing cabbages and carrots and various types of vegetables here. You can see that the farm house, the chimney is pouring out some smoke. Looks like all the lights are on inside. Even though it's during the daytime, it's still dimly lit since the rain is just barely lightening up. What are you going to do? Going to go to the farm?
yeah.
Okay.
Go up to the front
You
door. and
travel up
just-
to the front door. It takes you almost no time to travel across there.
confidently knock on the door and
All right, you knock on the door. A halfling opens the door. Oh, great. Someone's here for you. You see Connor looking at you and kind of rolls his eyes and he turns and he walks in
The hat.
to the
That's his hat.
small farm home.
no, it's not Connor's hat. Is
And the
corpse.
farm, the woman comes around and first of all, you see a young boy, Carp. He runs in and he looks at you, and then he runs to the door and he looks around and he goes, Is Flander here?
He'll point out.
Flander! He runs out into the red. Wait, and you hear a woman's voice. Oh no, you're not bringing those boots into my house. You see that you hear this woman walk around and she's drying her hands. Apparently she had been cleaning or cooking or something like that. And she walks around and she goes, oh, Gashar, how are you?
We brought the blue hat back. We found it.
Oh, Rydoth will be very happy he brought that for him.
I am good.
Well, Rydoth is my friend.
I am feeling well, fully healed.
Oh, you'll be all right. Take your boots off and come on in.
We found the blue hat.
Take your boots off and come on in.
No. Thank you.
Were one of these?
We must find a question. We have a question to find.
Okay. What's the question? Wow. Why do you always let him knock on the door? Okay.
I honestly, at this point, it's funnier to see him try.
Evo, what are you gonna do?
Do any of the? I'm blanking. Were any of this family locked up in the manor? Hemo's kind of on a mission to make sure that everybody we freed from there is okay.
None of the halflings, I think.
No, none of the halflings were. You know that Thel's wife and two teenage children, were freed from the manor home.
Okay.
That Garaele led them and taken them to the exchange, and then had probably gone to the Coster where she met you.
Okay. Yeah. Never mind then. He just wants to make sure that the kid gets his hat back.
All right. So you walk up. Meanwhile, as you approach, you can see this young halfling boy is run up and grabbed Flander's hand, and he's just kind of pulling him along. Come on, Flander. I'll show you my room.
And
Come on.
Flander's just going, ow, okay, ow.
Have you been healed, Flander?
Flander.
Flander, have you
I
been
don't
healed?
believe I have. No, I don't think I have.
Gashard did not actually heal you. He just suggested you should get
How many
healed.
hit points do you have left right now?
4.
Oh my God.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Bleeding out on the way. Can we?
the boys
Have
keep
a
pulling. He's
fucking
like, come on. I'm gonna show you my room. All right, you gonna approach the door?
Hemo steps in and he'll bend down. He's a tall elf, but he'll bend down and say, now, look, Flander is really tired right now. In fact, because he's not just a bard, he's also an adventurer. You see, does Flander carry any weapons?
Yep.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
See that? Flander's also a big, scary adventurer, and we do really dangerous stuff. So he needs to take it easy, okay?
Carp turns around. Go ahead.
Gashard points at the wound that's like currently bleeding out in his. See?
No,
Carp looks at you, and then he looks over at you, Hemo, and he jumps and he lands in a swashbuckling position. His hand tilted over behind him, his other hand pointed straight out towards you, and he's like, "Are you going to teach me how to fight?"
Me?
I think he should teach you how to not take a disguise off. That is obviously working in the presence of a hostile force. Learn that lesson first.
The little boy looks over at you.
It was
and
a
he looks over at
scientific
Hemo, and
experiment.
he looks over at you, then he looks over at him and he goes, "So are you going to teach me how to fight?" That's how you're going to scare. He literally doesn't care. He's very fixated on you. He's fixated on Hemo. Are any of you going into the house of the Alderleafs?
Is there a need?
We just wanted to stop by and return this hat and make sure that everyone in town is okay after all the chaos.
The halfling woman looks past Gashar, understanding that there are certain people that should be spoken to and other people who should be politely ignored. And
He's used to that.
She looks past and says, "Oh, Flander, you want to come in? I have a dinner. We can make dinner for everyone."
You didn't invite
That said,
dinner.
it is pouring rain outside.
Very warm. inside, not outside. It's cold outside.
Okay. All right. Are you guys gonna come into our house?
Do you have healing abilities?
Me?
He's
No.
bleeding.
Oh. Let me see that wound there. She's gonna wait for you to come. Flandre, are you gonna come to the door?
Mhm.
She goes, oh, that short sword looks like it was probably from, it looks like it's probably a pretty old sword, huh?
It was just a scratch.
Oh, no, it does.
Two holes in
Don't
it.
tell me that there, son. Listen here, bucko. I know when I see an attack, you were attacked from a flanking position on 3 sides.
By skeletons. You're right. How did you know?
Oh, I go way back.
Way
We'll see if we can get you past.
back? Are you some sort of
British.
battlefield medic?
She seems to know everything. Have her teach you.
What's that, sir?
Were you are you a veteran of a battlefield, or are you
Oh,
a
no,
medic
no.
or a cleric?
Well, a long time ago, I used to travel with Rydorf. I used to be a shadow assassin. Never mind. Come on. She turns around and walks in out. Don't leave your boots off.
I think it might be a good idea to do what she says.
Or just leave.
Gishar thinks to himself, do halflings usually have dark vision?
They don't usually. The house is lit up and it's
Sure,
warm.
sure.
There's fire in here.
But he heard the shadow assassin and he's instantly starting to think now.
Yeah.
Because he's got this, he started down this way of the shadow, right?
Yep.
And he's just like, wait, what? This happened now. He'll come in, dry off and stuff, but he's thinking to himself, like, should I do it?
If walks by, yes, you should. Now, out of the way.
All right. You walk in the house. Oh, now there's my good little girl that want to take that boots off. You're gonna dry yourself
Yeah.
off. But that might be a neat trick and all, but you take your boots off in my house. Come on, I've got food on. And she walks back
They
to the
are
kitchen.
cleaner than the plates you are eating off of.
She's like, it's a good thing that I'm in a good mood right now. Please, everyone sit at the table. We're gonna eat real quick. I made plenty.
Oh heck!
I'll take his boots
We'll
off.
sit down for dinner. He'll take
All
off
right.
his boots.
She's gonna sit and feed you, and Carp begins to serve you, and Connor is sit at the table. He's like, oh, all right. Hey everyone, nice to see you and everything. I'm glad you're okay. Hey, wave.
Did you
Oh.
say shadow assassin?
Oh, what's that there, sir?
Well, I've practiced some ways of the shadow, but I am still learning.
Well, I used to travel at Rydolph all the time back in the day. We used to travel up and down the north coast. Oh, he knows this ground. He knows this area like crazy. He knows everything.
Who?
Who is this?
Rydorf, he's a druid. Oh yeah, he's very good. That's his
And-
hat you have.
Is he also friends with Sister Garaele? She mentioned a druid.
Oh, she might know him. He's in town all the time here and there. But he's mostly an old friend of mine. We used to adventure all the time.
Do you know where he is?
Oh, where is he?
Where can we find him?
Well, not
Get
right
this
now.
information. You said he would know, so we're looking to know.
Well, I could find him for you. I'll just have to
That-
send a messenger.
That would be spectacular.
Now, this one's a piece of work. I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. I'm going to break it. It may be a little bit talking out of turn and all, but it's okay. I get it.
No, it's not talking out of turn. It's a free action.
She has it's most likely she has a shattered psyche based on her past events. Just gonna say it. Okay, well, would you like some beans? She's gonna reach over and grab some beans and hand them over to Gishar.
Yeah, sure. Kind of snap out of his trance and look
Oh,
at the
don't
beans.
worry about that. It's just those beans are fantastic.
I've heard some can teleport
I have never seen beans teleport. I don't.
through shadows. She hands it to the next person.
Oh, now
Yeah,
you're just talking
keep them.
silly.
Hmm.
Okay.
I have studied under a wizard. I have learned much during my days.
Oh,
It is possible.
you must be very proud.
Have you tried this? Or would you not speak of it? Maybe you wouldn't tell me.
Oh, now, son, what would I not tell you?
Of your abilities in the shadow.
Oh, well, we can talk shop some other time. We're gonna eat some dinner. Okay. Carp, Yeah. Did you get the hat back? No, not yet.
Oh, I don't know who picked up the hat.
I believe that
I
was
had it in my
Slander.
bag. Yeah, I had it in my bag. So I'll pull it out and I'll hand it over to Carp.
All right. Carp takes it I believe her name is, I have to tell you what her name is.
Fanboy hard on just got hurt.
Her name is Quellen. Quellen leans over and snatches the hat. Oh, now you don't take these things that don't belong to you. This is right off hat. You don't take them. Okay. He told you you could have it to keep in your room, not to take out in the middle of the woods. I get it. Okay, Mom, I'm sorry. Oh, no, you don't. You don't. You listen to me. All right. Then she says, if you're looking for Rydoth, is that what you want to do? I can send a messenger to find him. Might take a few days.
Sure, we've got nothing to lose. We can go talk to a ghost in the meantime.
I mean, if you want to lose, we can play some games. She reaches over and pulls out a card deck. Would you like to play?
Nothing.
Yes.
Oh, well, I just thought maybe with your attitude that maybe you wanted to have it adjusted.
I'll play.
Oh, great.
Oh.
Excellent.
Humo's just like sitting next to Geshar and Waif going like, one of these people wants to continue this and one of these people is going to be increasingly volatile. What do we do?
All right, what I want you to do is she's gonna
Slander probably
take
knows
some
a few
cards.
card tricks.
She expertly flips them around, like she's moving them at light speed. She's like looking at you. She's like, so is your mother live nearby here?
Nope.
Oh, is she a dragon too?
Nope.
Oh, yeah. Now is your father gold dragon? Your copper? Is it you're like one's gold and one's black? How's it work?
Nope. He just keeps saying nope, and he stares her right in the eyes.
He goes, oh, well, allow me. She goes, flips
Have
it.
you ever heard of halfling luck?
All right. I would like you to roll 5 6-sided dice, please.
Right.
Individual 6-sided dice.
5 and
in this,
This'll work.
yeah.
there you go.
What'd you get?
4, 3, 6, 5, 1.
All right. These are your cards that you have rolled.
Yahtzee.
Now, what she says, okay, what would you like to bet to start with? You have to make a bet on that. What were you thinking, sir?
This is
Well,
your bet, Gashar. I'm not chipping in.
Oh man,
I'm sitting in a 4-card straight there.
So you have a 4, 3, 6, 5, and a 1.
I do have 4 in a row, for sure. I am
Do
looking
you
at
know what the game is?
semantic. Nate
You
doesn't.
are assuming things. Do not
Does
assume
Gashar
anything.
recognize this game?
She is a card shark.
I would like you to give
Yep.
me an insight check.
You got it.
You know how often I've seen this in the streets. These hustlers.
Oh my god, natural 20.
All right. You think this is going to follow pretty much close to poker rules?
Okay. All right. So he does have, I mean, he's got a straight 4 cards straight so far. He doesn't have a full
Yes, he
5
does.
card straight. He's gonna try something with her right now.
Okay.
What he does is he basically
Cheats.
well, she asked what he's gonna gamble, right?
Oh yeah. Anything you want. What would you like to gamble?
So he leans over like this and he
Okay.
does a gesture kind of below the table level,
Mhm.
which would be an illusion.
All right.
Okay. Because he has this as a cantrip.
You're going to try to do that. I would like you to give me a stealth check if you're
Yes,
casting
yes.
a spell.
I am. And a stealth check coming right up. This might go horribly.
God damn.
Got a 20.
Nice.
And so what he does, he sets
I
his hand down.
gotta do a
Yeah,
mind
go for it.
perception. Hold on.
But basically he sets his hand down and there's
Right.
this massive like diamond that sits on the table. It's just big. It's like almost obscenely large
Okay.
from you guys. I mean, you guys grabbed a couple of 50 gold piece diamonds. This one probably is 500
Okay.
gold pieces.
Emo reaches for it for a second.
Slaps your hand.
He's gonna slap your hand as you reach for it.
This is
All
a
right.
game. We are playing a game. You are not in the game.
All right, your bet, your risk, your loss.
Okay then. Great. So that looks like, I don't know, maybe 500 gold. Okay. Well, just give me one moment. All right. And she walks back and she comes back and she has this little tiny pink purse. She sets a little pink purse up and she opens the latch up.
Do not lose.
She reaches in and she goes, that looks about the same. She pulls out a ruby. She sets down. There you go. Okay.
Can I appraise that real quick without like
Give me an
touching it?
intelligence roll,
It's just- yeah. Straight intelligence roll.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get a 2 now.
You
I
got,
got 8.
you
Can I help?
don't have appraisal, right?
That's a ruby.
So yeah, you think
Like
that's
diamonds and rubies.
that's
like,
a big one.
It's a big one, though?
Yeah, it's a big one.
But is it as big as the diamond I pulled
Nope,
out?
it's not.
It's not.
I want to help him so he gets advantage. Because Flander probably might know something about.
What are you going to say?
value
You're
of
sitting there
gems.
at the table while the rest of you guys are eating. Are you going to say something?
That's a good. So that's a good size ruby. It might be worth. It might be worth that.
All right. Well, that's fine.
So roll a second one.
Give yourself a second one. Sure,
All
I'll
right.
let it slip.
Just
gonna
so
be-
you know, he is not playing as a voice of our party. Just know that this is on him and him alone.
I appreciate that. Now that's a sensible woman right there. What?
I got a 7 for my second roll.
Okay.
So
Well, you think that little thing there is what it is.
Oh,
All right. Well, what can I do with you?
so it's poker rules. Do we?
Well, I'm gonna. So you get. So
Yeah.
now you bet. Now she says, "Do you want to replace any of those with a different card?"
Yes.
All right, then. Which one would you like to replace? You can replace up to 5.
This one, and he'll take the the one that he has.
The number 1.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you get to roll a d6 and replace it.
All right. 1
Get a 2. No.
You got a 5.
5. So now he has a pair of 5s.
All right, then. Well, I'm going to replace just one of mine as well. Okay. Would you like to gamble anything more?
Another giant illusory diamond. You have to concentrate on that illusion,
Yeah.
so you can't put up another
No.
diamond.
No. Let me double check, but I'm pretty confident that that's a concentration.
Generally, permanent illusions are higher spell.
Nomadic, casting time 1 action, range 30 feet, minute, duration. It doesn't say concentration. It should be.
I guess not.
If it doesn't say concentration, then you don't have to concentrate.
But I thought I read that if I cast another one, then it goes away though.
That may be the truth of the spell.
Yeah.
It says at the bottom you can have up to 3 of its non-instantaneous effects at a time.
The illusion also ends if you dismiss it in action or cast this spell again.
Yeah. All right,
Okay.
Kishar.
Cool. You know what? He'll look at her and he will smile. With his
Okay.
teeth.
Yeah.
And say, will you tell me of your shadow abilities?
Oh, well, what would you like to know there, sir?
Can you see in the dark?
Can I see in the dark? Well,
Yeah. Y'all can see in the dark. I cannot see in the dark.
it depends on what I want to see. Would you like to gamble some more? Or are you done?
I'm done.
Okay.
And he'll cast a spell. He said he casts the shadow. What does he have? I think it's just shadow. Darkness. Cast darkness.
Okay. You cast darkness over the room.
Yes, basically on himself. Cast on himself.
You are
He
all
says,
enveloped in darkness.
I want to be able to see, but I cannot. Also, I forfeit.
All right.
Also, that wasn't real.
I need you to give me a perception roll.
Okay. I mean, it would. Yeah, he can't see anything. In
It's
theory.
okay. You can still hear things
Yeah,
moving.
10.
Okay. You are now standing in sudden darkness.
Yes.
Hey, Mom, what's going on? Why is it so dark in here? Oh, great. These guys are going to steal everything.
No. I promise not stealing. I make joke though.
All right. You're standing in darkness. You're not hearing anything.
Says I joke. I kid. No bets. You can hear him clearly like set the his cards, right? So
Yeah,
set the cards down.
they're little their cards. They're just square cards though, instead of being elongated to square.
Sure. He slaps them down on the table.
Did we literally hear that she's an assassin? Is this
That's
actually what we heard?
Well, she said it to him, and he was in front of the door, so nobody else heard that.
Okay.
So Hemo's standing up and
You're all in the
probably
dark. You're all in total darkness right now.
swords summoned. Did he know Geshar did it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you would've
saw.
seen
He
me
literally
do it.
cast a spell. He's like,
Okay.
Mote. Garia.
Well, then
Well, just
Hemo
gate.
goes, what is it, Geshar? What's going on?
Just double checking. That was it's a verbal spell.
Yep.
That one is. Nothing. I wanted to see in the dark.
All right, you're sitting in the dark now, all of
So
you.
you made it dark?
You're literally talking to yourself in the dark.
Quellen, can you see in the dark?
Everyone at home, close your eyes because that's what they're seeing.
Quellen,
Wow.
can you see? No, I want to know.
Hey, Mom, where you at? Oh man, I'm not cleaning this house.
He's probably a little shuffling and like clumsily things being clumsy.
All right,
clumsily moved
you're in
around.
darkness. What are you doing? Everyone else
I'm
is
gonna
standing. Dismiss the darkness.
the diamond that I had created.
All right, you're in darkness and you dismiss the diamond.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I slapped the cards down. And I said, "I forfeit. It was joke."
Okay,
And he'll pause for a second.
you're in total darkness.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Quellen,
What are you guys? Rest of you guys gonna do? You guys are all sitting in total darkness. Strangely, this is not how I was planning this to go. I'm not sure.
Geshar?
The door to leave. It's like, the hell are you people doing?
anybody?
All right, what are you guys are all in darkness? Are you guys doing anything else?
Doing what?
Quellen, what do you do?
You don't get any response.
Oi,
You just kind of let his head sort of.
All right, you
sort
get
of
up and you
drops.
you stumble through the darkness because you can't see through much of the darkness,
not yet.
and you emerge next to.
Hemo tries to go leave.
All right, all of you kind of merge out of the darkness,
You guys all walk out of the house.
and as you do so, you see Quellen sitting by the door, and she just she's folding her arms and she's looking at the rest of you, and she's like, what?
I have no idea. Have a good day, madam. We are.
I don't know.
He
What
dropped-
did you say to him? Geshar is not very he's a tactless fellow. He means well, but what did you tell him? What
Well, why don't you just finish your meals? I mean, you're here.
So he hears that outside. He'll drop the magic at that point, or drop
Right.
the magic.
You
I
see
guess,
that
and
she's-
his head
she's
is just dropped like
He's
this.
some 20 feet away. She's at the very edge of her home. You basically cast this
Yeah,
and
it's
took
the
over most
whole
of it.
center of the home. Yeah.
And she's at the very edge in the light, and she's leaning up against the wall. She has her arms closed. She's a little, her halfling, and she's looking up at these two. Then she looks over at you and she says,
His head's just
like, if you
bowed
didn't
like
want to
this.
play, you should have just said so. She walks back. She says, well, I tell you what, I'm gonna send that message anyway. So I'll get right out here, and maybe he can answer your questions for you. It'll give me a couple days, okay? More beans?
Yes, thank you. Another time then.
Oh, no problem. Not though, because I might kill you.
He just nods
will-
and kind of thinks about it for a second.
hand on the scimitars?
You can contact us then.
Oh, sure. You guys have yourself a lovely day then. If you take something with you if you like. There's plenty.
He grabs his cards again and he goes, I had a pair of fives.
Oh, your mother probably is very proud of you for that. Good job. But you forfeit, so you lost. She reaches over and she sees, where's my diamond?
That was the joke. Ha ha. Illusion. He goes, and like a super massive diamond appears in his hand. Ah.
Oh, I see. So you don't think you owe it to me now? Is that what you're saying?
I told you not
No.
to lose.
Joke.
Oh, now I'm sorry to say that that looked about 500 gold pieces. So you can just bring that by tomorrow, okay?
I don't have it.
Well, we'll just put it on your little list, all right? I'll get it. I'll start one for you. She walks over and opens a little drawer, pulls out a paper and a quill. Bishar, is that with an H?
I don't like this anymore.
Okay, and then let's just say 400. We'll round it because I didn't really appraise it. We'll say 400. Okay, 400. There you go. And do you,
Wait. Make sure in front of that you write illusion of 500 gold pieces.
Gashar.
That's what I bet.
You're digging a hole, Gashar.
she looks at it and she goes, well, I guess you get me on a technicality. Fine. She folds it up. I'll just send that message for you, okay?
I like you.
We should go.
Have a good night. Have a good day, everyone. Thanks for bringing the hat back. You're really a saint. I appreciate it. I really do. And you better not take that hat back outside, Sonny. You're embarrassing me. I didn't even get to show Flander my room yet. Well, he can just go look for it right now. That's fine. You don't have to leave. It's fine. Flander, come on, see my room.
Flander, we can just go. We've got a perfect out.
See, perhaps another time, Carp. We have work to do.
You ruined it.
Adventuring work.
He goes stomping off. It's okay, dear son.
I think I ruined it. Sorry, Carp.
You did. Best thing to do, Gashar, is to stop ruining it further. Let's.
Okay. That was awkward.
Gosh.
Okay. The rest of you.
You know, Waif, I think for once I actually agree with you. Maybe we shouldn't have brought that hat back. Maybe we should have. Honestly, I could have been in turn order with a cool ghost fight by now.
This is true.
This is true. All right. Are you gonna head back to Garaele's house, or what do you do? When you
freaking ghost.
When you leave, you can see that the light is brightened. The rain is starting to subside. You've been here for a little bit of time.
Do need to know what Garaele needs us to ask the ghost. She didn't tell us that part of the quest.
You gonna go back?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Since Wave stormed off in a huff. Okay.
Gashar Pokemon bear.
With a shadow assassin or whatever it is.
It could have been just as bad. A halfling, halfling assassins.
All right.
They're just so happy to kill you. It's the worst thing to be assassinated.
She said she used to do that, but now she is a farmer. She's put all that aside to her. She's put all that behind her. Okay.
She did appear to leave the darkness area without any trouble, though. Which is interesting.
I can do that in my house too. Navigate in the complete dark, of course.
Anyways, where are we going?
Yeah. She didn't do anything. She just basically stepped out of the darkness and waited for you to finish up doing whatever you were doing.
She did, yeah.
She was very confused, I think. The way she acted, she was just very confused by why you just suddenly burst darkness.
Along with all of us.
Everybody.
The rest of us were confused too.
Right below a message to Gashar, anybody asking him, why the hell he cast darkness?
I mean, if you're a shadow monk who can't see in the dark, that's difficult. I get that.
Okay.
We shall see.
Apparently not. All right. Boom. All right. You go head out back into the light mist of the rain that is subsiding. You return back to the Coster. You walk in and they inform you that Sister Garaele has returned back to her home to try to clean it. You then cross the field and go to Garaele's home. Sister Garaele is in the process of cleaning up her disheveled, overturned home. As you enter the door is actually partially open because it is no longer will close, and you can see her working away. She sees you as you approach, sensing the shadow of the light change in the doorway. She turns around and looks at the group. Who went up first?
Did you
Probably
complete darkness again?
no. She.
Shadow.
Yeah. So you
Got that.
approach her home. Who's approaching up to the door? I'm sure it's gonna be her.
Hemo.
I was giving somebody a chance because
All right, Hemo's gonna
Hemo?
go. All right, Hemo, you walk up. Sister Garaele turns around. She has a box in her hands, and it has a bunch of stuff. She's trying to collect it because her house has been overturned. If you remember how Thal's house was, this is similar. It was just ransacked, and she says, "See what they did to my place." She looks at you.
Yeah, it's a shame I don't have any good news for you. We went back to the manor. We didn't find your shield. And unfortunately didn't find any of the rest of the red brands either.
Emo, you watched this from across the street, right?
She goes, "What? What? Hey, what do you mean? Watch what?"
It looked
Bashar?
dangerous.
We know the red brands went after your shield. While we were laying low here, they raided your house here.
Yeah, I
And-
figured as much. She looks at the mess, and you can see she's kind of sort of taking a little time to start cleaning up, but it looks like it's going to take a long time.
We've just cleaning stuff.
Okay. She kind of glances at you, and she tries not to say anything to you, and hopes that if she says nothing, you'll keep doing it. And she's going to instead look at Hemo, and she sits down. She kind of moves some stuff off of her couch, and she sits down, and she's like, I just need to find where this journal is. It's the whole point for me coming here in the first place.
Journal. What happened to the shield?
The shield is actually just belongs to my friend. But she was probably killed out in the field, as you said. I just wanted to get it back, but it's magical. I know that.
Well, I think we're on the same trail as the ones who took it. So,
well, if you don't mind, if you take the trek to Coneybury, you're going to find a trail just north of Coneybury that takes you into the woods. About a mile, you're going to find this dome of wreaths. It's so blatantly, obviously out of place. I don't know if you can miss it, but that's where Agatha is supposed to appear.
Richard will accept that challenge.
What do you mean?
Agatha, she has a name. Do you know anything else about her?
Yeah, I can tell you what I know. And she opens up the desk and pulls out a black leather satchel, and she opens it up and she takes out some papers. And it looks like it's papers that are from Waterdeep. They have some Waterdeep markings on them. You can see the city of Waterdeep. She takes it out and she starts flipping through the papers. She says, "Well, legend has it that Agatha was cursed when she was rejected by a suitor." She's flipping through her papers. She spat at his advances and told him that he was far too ugly to even speak to her. Basically, I don't know. I guess she likes beauty. I don't know. That's what it says here. She also hates anybody who lies to her. I don't know how. This is just legend. These are legendary things. This is what I drummed up talking to people in Triboar and people on the trail. I've been asking around, trying to find information. But what I really want to
stuff down.
Yeah, what I really want to know is I'm looking for where the Longwreath journal might have been. The Longwreath journal has information that the Harpers are desperate to find. And if we can find the journal, we'll be in great shape. But that's what I'm asking you to do. I mean, I can pay you if you want. But I can give you some healing potions.
Well,
That'd be nice.
We can always use those. I am grateful to you, Garaele, for saving our lives, and I feel as if we've done our best to pay you back for that.
You don't owe me
helping
anything.
your town.
She says, "You don't owe me anything. This is for."
Then could we ask of you a favor? If we do this job to help your organization, the Harpers, right?
Yes.
They're known to have members across the continent, right?
Yes.
If we find this for you, could you help us find our employer? Surely with your connections, you might have a better chance of finding a lead than we have. We know he's in this region looking for a long lost cave, but without him or his maps, we're in the dark.
I suggested that you talk to Rydarth. He's a druid that is one of the main druids around here. He knows these lands backwards and forwards. I know that Quellen used to travel with him. She may have a way of contacting him.
We'll have to meet him. Yes.
She sent message.
What's that, Tushar?
Quellen sent message to Rydarth.
We met with Quellen earlier today.
Oh, you did?
We're just returning.
I like her.
She's something else, isn't she? She's an adventurer of sorts. She traveled the Sword Coast for a long time.
Explains.
Something here.
An adventurer. Oh, that actually explains a lot.
I like her.
She was an adventurer for a while. I mean, I don't know how much adventure she did, but all I can say is that she settled down here with her brother, and they when she came back and she had Carp with her and decided to make a new life as a farmer of some sort. That's the most I got from talking with the people around town. I know that Rydarth has said great things about her, said quite a few great things about her. I don't know where Rydarth is though right now. He went north. That's all I know. I thought maybe he was heading up to the Northlands. There's some strange rumors about the land beyond the ice, beyond the spine of the world. There's some crazy things that are happening up there. Apparently, I thought maybe he was going to travel there, but he didn't say. I was more or less piecing together the rumors and information I had. So maybe Quellen can find him and you can get information from him. He's going to know everything about. If you're looking for something, you said you're looking for this castle. Maybe I think maybe he might know where it's at.
Yes.
So while we wait for this messenger to go out and come back and see this guy, we go talk to your ghost.
That would be amazing. If you could, you would do me such a great favor to do this. In the meantime, allow me to give you some healing potions. That's the least I can do. I mean, I don't have much left here, but I do have them safely stashed.
Is this a human ghost?
Yes, I believe so. I mean, to be fair, the rumors are not really precise on that.
If it's human ghost and it likes pretty people, which of you are pretty?
I'm so pretty.
Hemo puts his hand up to his face where there's a fresh, huge scar on it.
He's just looking at all the humans, asking which one of you is the pretty one.
There isn't a human among the bunch.
No, there's not.
I guess they're close.
I mean,
closer than
many of my cousins would say the high elves are the most beautiful race, but you come out here, spend enough time out in the city, you'll know that's just a conceit.
Hemo is the pretty one.
Okay, so she's gonna pull out.
I didn't volunteer for this.
Yes.
You get to go woo a ghost. Thank you for volunteering. Yes.
She brings back, interrupting your conversation, she brings back 3 potions of minor healing. And she lays them on the table.
3?
Yeah.
Flander takes one and just knocks it back.
Okay.
Yeah, but
you now have 2 potions.
Who's the he? Is Colin's our healer, right?
No. Colin is a
one.
Did you? Anybody stopping him? Because that's what he's doing.
No, he definitely did that.
Okay. You now have an empty bottle. Roll yourself 2d4 plus 2, please.
But
okay.
Dennis, you heal, right?
I do.
You should do it too. He are injured. You injured boy.
Okay.
You get 1 heal from me.
Okay.
There you
Hemo
go.
takes a potion.
All right, so roll yourself
For
2d4.
7 more points.
All right, and then
Nice.
I get
Oh, that's
10.
almost
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah,
Wow.
that brings me back up. Well, that
Okay,
brings me back
that-
up.
16 points of
that
damage, got back
potion-
17.
that potion you took and the heal from Finis has brought you back to
Stopped bleeding.
stop the
Everywhere.
bleeding your max. Okay,
Mhm.
you have 2 more potions. Hemo hits made claim on 1.
Maybe it will heal that scar on your face.
It will not.
Oh,
Okay,
You
so
can let me have it, or so when one of you big types fall, I can come up and
all right,
give it
Ah,
to
you're
you.
welcome to it. I'm not gonna hog him.
okay.
This would be
she's
my second one then.
great. She says, I'm looking for the journal of Raydem Longwreath. Raydem, if you're wondering. Raydem Longwreath. She says,
Did
if
we
you
find
break,
the spirit in Tiber Pass, you said?
well, it's the spirit is just north of Connieberry, up the trail inside in the woods to the north. And apparently the spirit appears within this wreath or warren that's a pretty obvious spot. But
And Connieberry's a ghost town, right?
Canterbury is a remnant of a town that used to be there. It was overrun by, the rumor has it, either orcs or barbarians or undead hordes. It's not exactly
Dead
clear.
barbarian orcs.
Um,
Yep.
So
There are 9 ninja pirates.
and so it's been somewhat abandoned. And in fact, the between here and Triboar, most of that road has gone wild. It's not being used very much anymore. Phandalin used to be here, but now it's just being brought up. So once in a great while, someone will travel to Triboar, but the road between here and Connieberry is not reused almost ever. So it's very rough terrain.
Yeah. What was the name of that journal again?
The name of the journal is Raydem
Is-
Longwreath's journal.
That's her question, basically.
Yeah, she wants to know where that journal went.
Mhm.
And apparently the spirit has been around long enough that she may know.
There's
All right.
also that castle that's missing. Perhaps the spirit could help us with that.
how many questions do we get? I mean, does Hemo get?
But I have not agreed to be the one to
I think we all agreed you are the
persuade
pretty
this
one.
ghost. We
She looks-
have a bard.
She
You
says,
may be the pretty one, but I probably have the best personality.
We can probably improve on your looks, I'm sure. I was going
Why
to
don't you
say
put
we
a-
could fix that, but
Give him a hat.
Garaele says, looking at my information I have acquired, the ghost has only ever answered one question to somebody.
Wait, make it a good one.
Like, for example,
this-
where is the journal?
Welcome to the Great Mountain. You may answer any question.
Really?
Are we really here?
Yes, thank you. Come again. That's a Simpsons one.
Monkey paw.
Okay.
actually I do have
No, that was different.
something to help with the whole beauty thing. I'm proficient in disguise kits as part of my costume stuff as an entertainer.
And if you did find a disguise kit on you,
All right, I think that's the next place we'll head out.
all right. Are you when are you heading out? It's midday, slightly past midday now. You've had lunch, you've eaten. It's summer, but there is still a light rain. Are you going to go today, or are you going to go?
Yeah, but before we go,
Sure.
I want to ask Sister Garaele, is there some way we should address this spirit?
She said she starts looking through her papers, and she said the only thing I have here is that her name is Agatha.
Agatha. Okay.
And she lives
Well,
in a warren or grove or clump of trees. It's something that's apparently obvious. That's what I've been able to discover. I've been there twice. Once nothing happened, and I thought I found the grove, but when I went back again, the darkness attacked me, and I was almost killed. The rest of you probably think that Sister Garaele is probably doesn't have adventuring classes. You think she's probably like a common class. So
Well, Hemo's plan would be to purchase a few bits of adventuring equipment and head out in the morning. Just to give us the most time on trail.
How long would the trip be?
It's about total of crossing of about 50 total miles traveled. You can travel about a little over about 20 to 24 miles a day. So you're thinking about maybe 2 days.
So if we leave early in the morning, we could maybe push it to be a 2-day trip.
You do
Same
know
as
that
a camping day.
you do know that the Triboar Trail itself is still travelable. There's nothing that's really broken it or destroyed it, but it hasn't been maintained and it hasn't been used in a while. Okay, so that's what you're gonna do. Are you guys gonna wait until the morning to go?
That's my
Yes.
vote.
Mhm. We could do that.
Well,
All right,
Gashar will get his key points back, so that sounds
All right.
good.
Lady Garaele offers you to stay at her place if you want, but it's pretty disheveled. You might want to stay at the inn.
We've been like this whole
I
time.
was gonna
Yeah,
say,
you're helping her out and cleaning it
Take
up.
an hour or two and tidy up
it's
quick.
small. It's just
Mhm.
gotta. She will happily have you stay there. if you
Gashar
want.
wants to help.
Okay. The rest of is anybody else going to help her clean up her house?
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we can help.
All right. The rest of
We'll
you
spend the
help.
rest of the evening doing that.
Perfect. You guys help her clean up the house and combine with the magic and everything else. Gets pretty well done. Garaele's going to run out and get some food. She runs over to the inn and she brings back food for everybody since you guys were helping out, and she's going to feed everybody. And you're able to stay the night. In the evening, Sister Garaele and you exchange just stories about your past, just talking about
Oh,
your
really?
what's that?
Oh, really?
Some of us, I guess.
Just stories about whatever you want to talk about. Everyone just takes time to talk about maybe legends you heard or whatever. You more or less pass the time just chatting about life in general. And finally, as the hours turn late, the fires dim low, becoming just burning coals. She puts one more fire on before bed, and she wishes you all a good evening as she steps to her small little room just on the other side of the small wall, leaving you in the open area to sleep. Anything else you're going to do before you go to sleep?
Nope.
Perfect. Well, with that, we're going to end it for tonight. It was not so much an adventure night, but that's totally fine. We haven't had really an
Adventure.
Yeah.
We had some skeleton problems.
Yeah.
We haven't been able to see Phandalin without bandits charging around.
Yeah, for sure.
So-
And it was raining today, but hey, you're able to move around freely. which
It's
is
like
great.
the adventurer version of scheduling an extra day after your work vacation to take an actual vacation.
They take an actual
Kind of
vacation.
what we did.
Fantastic. Well, cool.
Mhm.
And then but you have a whole new quest line to follow. You'll be leaving in the morning and you're heading off to Coneyberry area to find this Agatha. So with that, we had a cool little role-playing day. It was actually really kind of fun. I had a good time. And everybody else, again, like the video, subscribe to the video, all the great stuff. You can comment. Mike really likes comments. He's like
I do like
he likes to read the
I
comments.
also would like to know what y'all think the heck Gashar was doing.
I'd like
Nobody
to know what the heck
nobody-
you think Gashar was doing.
Nobody knows what Gashar was doing. We might have
That's
to
a
have
secret for Gashar.
we may need to have an offline discussion about Gashar's activity. You can do whatever you want. That's totally fine. It's actually fun. Okay, cool. Well, thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see everybody in 2 weeks because next week will be the long holiday weekend. And so in 2 weeks, we'll get back and we'll kick it up right to the adventure. There's a lot that kind of happens with this adventure right after it kind of gets. So it's probably good that we had a day to plan and whatever. In the meantime, while you're here, feel free to subscribe to the video, and we'll see everybody next week. All right, cool. Thanks a lot. Bye, everybody.
Till next time.